Me, everyone. That's what a lot of these communities seem to be. All about egotism and arrogance. So, getting into this, I'm gonna start off because I got a full reply from a Lio Convoy. If you want to know about him, check here. But let's go directly to this. What sort of voice should I give him? Oh boy. He doesn't quite sound like Batman, but I've heard people say that, and I could see it as a half Thundercats version of that. Oh boy, the dork has stirred out some gotchas. Let's have some fun. Because remember, drama and predo hunting and protecting victims is about having fun. By the way, saying I don't substantiate my claims does not reality make. That is, do you substantiate any of your claims here? I'm going to come back to this one. Because, So let's go to this. Not even sure what crackhead points he's trying to make here. Maybe I should consult a magic 8-ball and figure it out later. I guess I'll have to wait and see about that, but there's another point worth bringing up. Oh, yeah, I know. I can explain that later myself. The comparison to what happens in Lio Discord to what the Church of Scientology does. And I have a clip here.
Like, able to leave.
Is this going to... Please, tell me if this is that hard to understand.
Under threat of somebody, like, calling your fucking mom, doxing you, or, like, labeling you a fucking child molester, that you just have to sit there and take it. That's criticism. Is that you just take it on the chin. It's like quite literally the fucking Scientology, what is that shit called? Where they like, it's not called interrogation, what the fuck is that called? Where they all sit around and they are, they like make you, like, implant false memories and shit. Scientology.
Again, I don't 100% co-sign the beliefs of people, the criticism and everything that goddamn Malcolm and Aiden Underground have to say, but at least this is close enough to count. I think Lio suffers from poor comprehension skills to the umph degree.
Scientology, like, what is it, refraction or something? What's it called? Auditing, thank you. Yeah, like the auditing, where they all sit around and they are like, they like collect dirt on each other. It's a spiritual counseling practice where a trained auditor asks specific questions in a one-on-one setting to help them confront and handle areas of spiritual distress. Able to leave under threat.
Yeah, it's not spiritual distress. It's a different type of thing. He has a network of creators, content creators, like Scientology, to sort of influence the sphere that he's in, and sometimes the broader internet influencer sphere. No, I'm just pointing out people who are obsessed, like Buddy Chan, and you, frankly. I find this comical. I mentioned him one time in a video about Jar. He does a whole fucking stream on me going over that particular video after him and his little community raids the stream that I pretty much did after that video to answer questions, but they were there just for their pound of flesh because I had an opinion they didn't like. I think that they're the weirdos. They are the ones who do these fucking weird VCs with fucking mentally disabled people and other people in general. Okay, insane weirdos shouldn't be taken seriously. Yes, you're an insane weirdo. You should not be taken seriously. I've categorized them differently from genuine critics. Got it. He is the authority. Multiple times. What is that? Lio Convey has habit of spotlighting people like Buddy Chan so he can frame all his critics. I agree. Buddy Chan is a little bit out of his mind, along with a couple of other people who come at Lio. But again, he's either playing dumb or he is genuinely dumb here. Creating false associations that aren't limited to that, but when he has a real association with people in his community, the rest of that I don't need to get into because it's connected to the next point. Okay, and do you think these things aren't connected, dude? Oh god, it's not the next point. The stupidity just hurts with this. Okay, and what's the point here? What does the insanity of Buddy Chan? I'm saying you're conflating all your critics, everyone who comes after you. You just did that up there with me. Have to do with the gallery call in my server. That I'm creating a chain of logic, and since he can't follow any chain of logic without explicitly, I guess, hand holding and having every last detail. Again, I think this is genuinely just plain dumb, but maybe, again, he could just be that freaking dumb. That stage call was hosted by Hidden Heroine on Goat Gatto, who recently distanced herself from Lio's community. Many are blaming Hidden Heroine, despite the call taking place in Lio's own Discord, and the fact that he helped set up the call. This leader, I don't even think calling him a leader is correct. This figurehead, this person that some idiots, delusional people respect still, even after that whole mess, which I call the fall of Senate, just to be short. They still respect this guy's opinions on drama or predator hunting at all is just simply absurd and insane to me. Borderline delusional. He has a whole bunch of useful idiots like the ones he tags here. Yeah, knowingly using you. No, he's using he's using useful idiots to sort of get the spotlight off of him. I have a whole bunch of comments under this. You can go on the good old X to find that out. As I said, the focus isn't here. I've never been shy about going at someone. Saving face isn't my concern. Yeah. You act the big boy, bully of people while you fucking put together fucking Transformers as your fucking B-roll. What sort of subtextual meta commentary? Wait! He's incapable of picking up on any of it. So maybe directly saying, trying to protect what you want me to be does not make me that person. What person do you think I'm trying to make you out to be? I'm just sort of laying out the sort of tactics that you and your community seem not 100% provable, but when you fucking hide all these fucking calls from your audit, I mean your mediation sessions or whatever you call some of these things, and whip them out, make demands, I don't know what else to say. This shows how Lio adapts his tactics whenever he's at risk of losing face. Yeah, a lot of his sort of tactics have been modified to a certain degree. He used to be the face of this particular community. Now he's, letting the women fight his battles for him when it's someone like Mally Malware or Goat Cato. I'm still curious of why. What sort of dirt Goat Cato has, or they suspect her of having, or if they just do this out of practice, like the unpersoning practice of Scientology. Another comparison to Scientology. It's been over a half hour and he hasn't added to this. Yeah, because it's not the fucking point at the end of the day. Remember when I said I would come back to this? Okay. Wait, the big reveal. The dude does not listen. My upcoming reveal isn't big. Again, this is why I don't think he can follow a conversation. He can't even follow a Twitter thread. Regrettably, I had to cut down because I typed it out on a document pad, and I'm like, let me just put this. Oh shit, I don't have Twitter Blue. I can't put a certain amount because I don't make money from this. Guess who does? Guess who also? Let me not get into that. That might seem a little bit petty. You know, the whole Truly thing and how she's trying to get out of her abusive home. I wished her the best of luck. I hope she should get out of any abusive environment that she lives in. So, for this point, let me start with what I have to say, because this is a minor reveal in what I'm going to be looking into tonight. And I had to cut it down significantly to fit it on. So, the reveal, maybe that's the wrong word for it. It's just maybe minors shouldn't be contacting people accused of grooming, like when SophtheNeko's friend, Indo, reached out to Sydney. At least I have to give Lio credit. He doesn't actually accuse me of defending Sydney here. If you oppose grooming, you should oppose that not benefit. Yeah, the lost in translate. You should oppose that not benefiting from the results. Well, should have double checked that. So you should oppose people who use sending minors to investigate, which is something I can't prove. It just seems a little bit sus. This resulted of a certain drama that is hidden. To SophtheNeko's credit, she does definitely admit to that fact, but everyone else who covers it after tends to gloss it over. I have the practice of pretty much going back to the source of things to check to see if where it sort of hits the peak stupidity matches up with all the other crap around it. So he doesn't get it. He is perfectly fine with minors talking to potential groomers. That is my point. He doesn't even pick up on that little fact. I meant, yes, my poor wording there might have led him to confusion, but the fact that he didn't pick up my upcoming reveal isn't big, and says, where's the big reveal? What? I don't see the reveal. I don't understand what fucking goddamn Malcolm is saying in this fucking clip. I don't know. Why does anyone listen to this weirdo who fucking does such childish ass crap and have these fucking little bully sessions in his little Discord? Yes, he attracts a lot of weirdos, but dude, you can't just block him. Goddamn. The stupidity on display is something truly astounding. So, I was curious about this. There's a couple things in here. Let's start with the SophtheNeko unlisted video. I'm glad it's shorter than the sort of backup that I found, because that was much longer. I guess there's 2 videos in this, or maybe she is yeah, SophtheNeko's female. Fucking pronouns. So let's do a little bit of this, some subtitling. I'll let you watch a bit while I get the game up.
Hello, welcome. This is Soph here, your favorite sassy cat girl. Here to talk about another drama that is unfortunately something that I kind of wish didn't happen, but it happened, so here we are. Bug Spray is an individual who makes Vocaloid soundtracks, and Cinnibera3 is an animator in the animation meme community. Bug, who I will be referring to as Pee-wee, because that username will show up more throughout this video, is an ex-friend of Cinny's. I'm not even sure what happened between the two of them that caused this stupid shit show. Hell, Cinny isn't even sure. Pee-wee transitioning from being Cindy's friend to sudden hostility was so abrupt, and I don't think anyone really saw it coming. Pee-wee released a couple different videos with Cindy's personal information.
Groomer? Are you saying groomer? I do not think there is any intent for Lio Convey to actually groom anyone. Oh, except for Predator hunters. He definitely was... I would call that more conditioning, okay? And the relevance of the gameplay, because I'd like to have the sort of B-roll sort of match in this Visions of Mana video game that I've only gotten an hour into. I'm a young man leading a woman to get her soul sucked by what holds up. So I'm just saying the meta commentary of this. But yes, Lio Convey does train his sort of disciples. It's the sort, if you want to call it the old school grooming, yes, but this in the historical setting. When a master would take up an apprentice and groom them for a certain role. He definitely tried what was it? I guess Avita, the predator that he's been accredited with espousing, was his friend and assistant. I could be getting the details wrong on the Vita case, because I know they worked together and it turned out he was an abuser or groomer or something like that. I would have to refresh on my memory on that. And conditioning, what separates, I would have to say, the intent at the end of the day. The intent would be different in a modern setting, because grooming has a certain negative connotation nowadays. It's all about semantics in reality. It really is about semantics. The grooming thing, like the okay groomer. Okay, that's a meme. I even know who really started that. James Lindsay. Something easy to digest. And I don't think it's fair to the trans community entirely. There are some bad eggs that helped along that narrative, like the San Francisco choir, we're gonna groom your kids. It was probably a satirical take on conservatives. Oh, I think Keffels and the Catboy Ranch, the HRT, and a video I'm gonna sort of use as a palate cleanser at the end of this. But yes, conditioning is more to prepare someone for a role. It's all about the intent. Grooming in the modern context is a manipulation tactic, which I can see applying to fucking Lio Convey, given his little cult-like atmosphere. Okay, it's not a cult. Back in the day, I compared him to a drill instructor. The sort of conditioning that soldiers go through seems to be similar, but again, the Scientology comparison is actually even better. But yes, let's start this up. Now we got a burn of the world. So this is SophtheNeko's first unlisted video. I like to go back to the source, and this is needed context for the DMs. And there's also a little bit of the bug spray stuff, but that's really short.
Claiming that Cinny is quote-unquote still problematic. I really don't like labeling people straight up as problematic people to begin with. It feels like lumping someone into the bad online user category rather than seeing them as a human being who fucked up.
Okay, this is also another thing. I pre-watch most of the videos I'm gonna watch. There's a lot of fucking little semantic bullshit, SophtheNeko. I don't know how in tune she is with the general ACC. My understanding is she's in the anime meme community, which, like the slideshow commentary community, has some overlap, but not direct connection with the ACC. Maybe like the fucking minor leagues of the ACC. Who the hell knows?
So I try to say that someone has a history of problematic behavior. It's less dehumanizing, but that's besides the point. This was a friend of Cinny's, who Cinny had trusted with information, private information. And the fact that all this shit has been leaked really threw me off, and obviously upset Cinny. We're going to be going through this video together, and I'm going to put a content warning here for non-con pornography, abuse, also a warning for shaming trauma responses. I know a lot.
I mean, yes, the non-con shit, that is fucking some sus shit. Yeah, I feel bad for children who's gone through stuff that, fucking where they need to cope with this fucking degenerate shit. Why aren't there therapists to give much more healthier fucking ways? Where are all the fucking adults in this? Are they all just kowtowing and
people who have unfortunately been through that and find that incredibly triggering. So I'm gonna walk you through this video, but before I do that, I should mention that everything, all the imagery, all the pornography in this video was uncensored. I was the one who had to do the censoring.
Pornography. It's like fucking One Punch Man. Yes, I don't think anyone with a child audience should be exposed to this. Okay, I barely have an audience, much less a child one. If there's any children, go the fuck away. Okay, this isn't fucking shit you should expose yourself to. I don't know why SophtheNeko's okay with her friend Ino going into the Sydney's DMs, but not even gonna get too deep. Dangerous topic.
I also want you to listen carefully to what Pee-wee states about Cinny, and take note of the fact that she shows no evidence for anything she claims that happened between her and Cinny. Now, let's begin.
Hi, I'm Bug Spray.
Howdy, I'm Sophia. Bet you're not happy to see me.
Never meet your heroes, this is why. So, I got lonely, and then I decided to go befriend Cindy Bear 03. It literally worked. I don't know how it worked, but we became friends.
Okay, I might be nitpicking here, but I do have a slight complaint. I don't know if it's that big a deal. I wouldn't personally say so, but I do feel like speaking my mind here. The words, I decided to go befriend Cindy, I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Like, you contacted a person, and regardless of the fact that the person has an online following or not, the person responded. So when you say things like, I don't know how it worked, it does kind of feel like you're like shocked that this exotic person with a big number on their screen.
I would say more the intent would be weird. Okay, why did they befriend him?
Responded, and it just feels dehumanizing. This might be a crazy leap in logic, so if so, let me know. I'm willing to listen, but it is.
Okay, because the topic's gonna come up later, fucking baiting's fine. I baited Lio with my fucking thread to sort of wedge into this fucking issue, because I want to see how he deals. He's had some shit about, you know, reacting to this dream that he knew I was gonna do. Let's see if he does it, because I'm very curious how he'll react to this. Because, to be fair, the Sinnoh stuff is fucked from the start. These communities with these kids who interact with these degenerate adults, it's just like a maze that no one puts a stop to this. People just farm content off of this. Then they want to act a whole high and mighty and like, oh, you should have fucking stopped her earlier. It's not like Zinni and fucking Birdie were unknown quality. You know these had these qualities, but you just let this. Yeah, it just amazes me that they just let this shit go unchecked. I'm sure they have their rationale. They don't want to get between this shit. They don't have the time. Oh, God.
Sort of like, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way the way you worded that. You don't know how it works?
No,
like,
Jesus
Zinni's
Christ.
not some, like, exotic creature that you happen to get your hands on. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
This wasn't like a devious plan the whole time that I was gonna confront her, find out that she's
that
still
makes
a
me
weirdo,
think
and
she's
then
lying.
fucking go off about it.
Just a opinion.
I really never said you were, nor did I ever think you were. Until you randomly brought
Yeah, I actually agree with Sophie for that fucking point. Why would you bring that up in a video? Oh, God.
it up. Now I
Amateur.
think that might have been the case, but I don't know. Again, I'm not inside your head, so ultimately only you
Same.
know.
I agree.
But it ended up like that. So Zinni's not changed at all. She's still a rape fanatic.
Okay, so up to this point, I've been kind of like lighthearted with my communication, but this is where I get frustrated just because of the sheer amount of ignorance
Jesus
and
Christ.
how
Get to the
harmful and
fucking point.
problematic inherently this statement is. So I'm not gonna be like a dick, but I will be blunt. That is an
Just be it.
incredibly callous, ignorant,
Oh, God.
and insensitive approach to take on the matter.
Now hear me out.
See what I
I'm not
mean
saying
by
rape porn
arrogant
good.
and
I'm
ignorant?
saying
Zinni is a victim of sexual abuse.
this is
Okay.
something that in general a good portion of her fan base sort of kind of already knows just because of the video where she mentions trauma that she
So, because she is a victim of sexual abuse, statistically, she's more likely, especially if untreated, unchecked, to go on to damage someone else. Like, this is just common sense to anyone who's even looked at this material. Most abusers, most groomers have abused other people before. Doesn't mean everyone who's been abused. It's just like the ignorance of this is amazing. I'm not saying SophtheNeko should be canceled. Yeah, do not harass her. Harassment is fucking stupid and counterproductive. First of all, what does it accomplish? Except for making you feel, I'm fucking getting this fucking degenerate. Harassers are the same thing as the fucking people who do this accountability. At least the only good thing about harassers is when they admit they're just doing it for their own self-satisfaction. The hypocritical nature of a lot of the people who do this accountability or cancel culture bullshit. At least the harassers are a little bit more tolerant because they don't fucking make excuses. Neither are good. Neither are smart to actually do, but when you got dipshits like a certain person I brought up earlier and a whole community that supports this sort of thing, yeah.
had and how she didn't like to expose any parts of her skin. She hated
Oh.
that she hid her body. Here's a clip from the video that I'm referring to.
Excuses.
When I was a little girl, I didn't like wearing anything really
Why?
flashy because I didn't like calling attention to myself for trauma reasons. I refused to show my skin. I wouldn't wear shorts. It was just really sad in general.
The thing that makes me the most frustrated, though, is that Zinni was very
Why?
vague with her wording. She wasn't super fucking open about it, and now Zinni is forced to talk about something that she really doesn't want to discuss.
She should be forced to talk. Why? Fuck it. This is where I have a problem with this video. This is where I start having the problem. Of course, it's unlisted. She has something afterwards that gets into her friend's, allegations, which I'll not be touching on
She doesn't necessarily feel ready with coming out and being like, hey,
because I'm gonna at least look at a little bit of the DMs, ironically enough, by someone else I brought up earlier.
I was fucking raped as a child, to like hundreds of thousands of people. And now, because her friend is painting her as some, and I quote, rape fanatic for drawing trauma response art, she's kind of forced to discuss it because a decent amount of the people who watched Pee-wee's video got a really negative impression on her. Also, I feel like we need to mention that it is an incredibly normal trauma response to
And she keeps on saying, this is a normal trauma response. How the fuck is this normal? Why did you bring up the clip? Oh, I said it was especially... Yes. SophtheNeko probably is ingrained in this crap. I'm not going to say she's being groomed, but she definitely have these expectations that are complete crap and not going to be helpful to anyone.
By yourself in objectifying scenarios, being taken advantage of, or being raped, or all of the above, well, you are a victim. These kinds of events will shape our minds and fold our minds and make it very difficult for us to respect ourselves, especially if we were a child when a lot of this went down, because our view of ourselves was still developing during the time we were assaulted, and unfortunately, it will really fuck with the way you view yourself. So,
Yeah, when I hear this, I just hear the Peanuts thing. This is just nothing. This is just...
masochism art. So...
Yes, and she shouldn't be sharing it with fucking minors, okay? She should be sharing it with therapists. She should be sharing it with her partner or her of-age friends, possibly. I think it's fucked up. I think it's just doing this. I think it should be, if she wants to do this shit, fine. But she shouldn't be sharing it with anyone online, especially if she wants a career in content creation. I know it's harsh to say this about someone who's definitely younger than me, but no shit. People need to grow up and understand reality. There are consequences. And adults should be there to teach the younger people, but yeah, I reset it.
why are you posting this on the internet? The thing that drives me nuts is that you called Cindy a weirdo for this. You can think that this art is problematic and not call her a weirdo for it.
But she is a weirdo, okay? We need to stop worrying about being a weirdo. Weirdos is fine. Being a weirdo is fine. Long as you know how to control your weirdness, okay? Jar's a weirdo. Omega Lol's fucking weirdo. A lot of people are fucking weirdos. We need to stop fucking stigmatizing just stupid weirdos. Yeah, put them in their place, okay? Jar did a horrible video on this. Apparently, at the very least, I watched it. I watched both versions. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Okay, his responses were horrible. But that doesn't mean that people shouldn't factor in the circumstances around it. Context does matter, dipshits. If you want to go, think about the children, maybe you should be thinking about the children yourself and not just monopolizing the idiots who fucking get involved in this shit.
A very normal trauma response.
Oh, God.
It's just really gross. And
Gross.
I hate that this was posted on the internet.
Yes, you hate
Your
it.
understanding of Cindy's mental state is so just ignorant, and it's very...
In the egotistical I statements, all this concern around what I care about. See, it's just like, it's the fucking coddling of these fucking children and not just giving them a reality check about this shit. That's really frustrating. You want to teach them to fucking be stable adults. Be one your fucking self. Just my opinion. It is just my opinion. And people are gonna fucking spin that. Like, are you a stable adult?
shitting Pee-wee.
More stable than a lot of the adults in these communities, okay?
Or bug spray or whatever. It's super difficult to watch.
She's got a whole comic
Yeah.
about a minor's character. This character boy from the FNF Twinsomnia mod, made by Sock Clip. Which is a 17-year-old, and then Cindy takes that 17-year-old's character and then makes him rape another person's character. It's fucking weird.
Yes, that is incredibly strange, but you can't take abnormal behavior and plaster it all over the internet. If Sydney was using her platform to groom people to fulfill sexual fantasies, that would be an entirely different situation. But you didn't even bother to confront Sydney. You just decided to dump this all over the internet without talking to.
Okay, maybe she has a point. Not really, because she would just hide it. She can just put it in the background, okay? The worst thing about this video is it's poorly conceived and it gives fucking defense to Sydney. See, a poorly attack piece opposed to a poorly constructed defense piece. Not something I like to do. I don't have this mindset. I think, yeah, some mockery is fine in this world. And people should be like, yeah, fucking don't fucking do this shit. But if you want them to not fucking do this shit, you have to prevention, not just letting this shit happen. When you know it's most likely to happen, then be like, we didn't know anything. Fucking bitches. Are they doing it for drama or just because they're fucking cowards? I don't fucking know.
Her without even mentioning to her that it's kind of strange that
definitely,
she is sexualizing these characters.
Arrogant and
Thank
ignorant.
God, though, that you didn't publish rape pornography this time, because yes, those comics did exist, but you decided to publish fractions
like
of the
what?
comic that don't include literal
Why,
rape
fucking,
pornography. So, good on you for that, I guess. You shouldn't really have done it with the Jack comic, especially considering the fact that it wasn't censored. Maybe if you had censored the
Jesus
majority of
Christ.
it and just made it clear that the comic existed, but like, oh my god, what you did was like literal distribution of rape pornography, so thank you
Jesus
for not
Christ.
publishing rape porn right here, I guess? Where was that energy for Jack, yo? Jack's a real person, not an OC. As much as I do understand that this behavior is a little bit odd,
There's also this weird sort of Jack love fest here. Oh, this is just fucking insane. Yeah, I know there's some community bullshit going on. I just not ingrained enough to know what the fuck it is. The whole Jack for Sydney. I'm pretty sure the Jack, my roommate groomed a minor, definitely factored into all this shit. As far as, yeah, this was actually before Jack came back to the internet. I don't even know what the fuck these Jack points are. Just a fucking team sports fucking thing. And the aftermath, oh, Jack's GoFundMe. That's something other people covered much better.
I don't think that this video that you made is the right way of going about it.
Oh, you don't
Especially
think...
considering the way you worded everything.
I was about to move in with.
Okay, what is the right way to go about it then? You can't just say, oh, I don't think this is the right way. Oh, you can. Okay, but it's fucking lazy. Constructive critique actually involves saying how she could have done this video. If Bug Spray is even a she, fucking pronouns. Okay, whatever pronoun Bug Spray goes by, I give up on that. Yeah. Give them... You can say that. But you're being a lazy ass bitch by not giving the alternative. And I don't even think you have an alternative. I think you're just trying to criticize this person. Like, yeah, uncensored. Okay. Like, it's like Roblox porn. I don't think it should be, children should be exposed to Roblox porn. But people going all soy about, like, I think I Show Speed had this fucking thing. I'm like, I don't even like the dude, but why the fuck are people soying out about that shit? If I'm remembering that correctly.
Her, and then I realized, oh my god, this is not normal. This
Yes,
is not
it's
normal.
not. She's...
Objectifying yourself and putting yourself in
What?
rape-like scenarios is normal when you are a victim yourself. It's a psychological alliance with the event that happened to you that traumatized you. It is a way to...
But is it good? Is it good? Are you going to take a stand and say that it shouldn't be done? Or are you just going to say it's normal, it's normal, it's normal, like a fucking chant?
numb the pain. A lot of rape.
Oh, okay. People coming in and I'm not chicken chat. I am not a commentator, whoever the loser is with the panda in their name. I am a analyst, okay? I'm an analyst of the absurd. And occasionally you gotta just fucking... Hey, again, SophtheNeko. This is the unlisted video, call-outs over communication. This is the pre-lore for fucking Sydney Bear 03 drama. I'm going over it even though it's rather risky to, you know, do research and give your opinion on something that no one cares about. Drama, why are you going over this again? If you want to know the truth, there's something that came up that made me want to look back at how it all started. It's actually generally what I do with a lot of my more analytical things, like how did we get to this point after it exploded? Did it with the whole pronouns rant thing with Az, okay? I'm like, Az moved the goalpost on that. He got made fun of for his little pronoun rant, and it turned into a whole shit show.
Victims struggle with feeling like their body is all that they're worth. And in a lot of cases, some victims feel like the abuse they endured was the closest thing they had ever experienced to love, given how deprived of emotional connection and love that they were given as a child. So all they really know as quote-unquote love is
Assault.
when that's not love at all, but that's the closest thing they feel like they've experienced to love and affection. So that's literally all they've ever known, and crave for that to happen again because it feels familiar. It's a sad, heinous reality, but you calling it abnormal is ignorant and gross.
And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop. I'm 17 years old, and she was planning on Onision style, driving and picking me up and moving me in with her.
Here's another pet peeve that I have. You said that she was planning on quote-unquote Omniscion style.
Concerned with your
when
fucking
I reached out to
pet peeve?
She provided me the full context to everything, but we'll get to the context later. She was initially the one to make the Omniscion joke. She was self-aware over how it was weird, and you're
Okay, I looked this over. Yes, this does make a bug spray look bad here. Let's see if I can catch it.
She was initially the one to make the Omniscion joke.
Yes, but it's cut off, so I'm not sure. A lot of this shit is weird. This could be cut context. I don't know what led into this particular thing. But yeah. Technically, SophtheNeko's right here. Right and wrong. I don't blindly fucking say Sophie bad, Sydney good, or the reverse. A little bit of nuance is what I advocate for and what I fucking do. Because the black and white thinking, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid as all hell.
She was self-aware over how it was weird.
And that's what actually differs me from fucking commentary dipshits. It's always about good versus bad. Generally, when I look at these things, everyone's fucked up. Just some people are less fucked up and sometimes more fucked over.
And you're talking like she was just planning on doing this and had no idea that there were some flaws in the plan. She brought it up because she saw the flaws in the plan. And you're acting like she just didn't see anything wrong with it. When she was like, there's some problems with this plan.
She drew a lot of weird stuff of me and her together, and said a lot of stuff about me and her together.
I just want to make it clear, Sydney gave me the full context to these chat logs. You guys both drew pornography of each other consensually.
Also, she's back in contact with Birdie. Yeah.
Oh,
and she wanted
God.
Birdie to move in with us. And I was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. And then after the fact, I was like, what did I just do? I do not want to live.
See, this is an example of a harsh defense piece. I can admit the flaws with SophtheNeko's video and the actual points that Bug Spray is making in her video. I can do both at the same time. Two things can exist. It's not all bad or all good. It's a mixture of bullshit. Absurd
With
bullshit.
Birdie.
Well, I mean, if you really don't want to live with Birdie, then that's totally chill. That's your decision, and you are totally entitled to it. But why don't you tell her that?
Oh,
Instead of making a call-out video?
I'll get to it.
She has a bunch of rape comics and a bunch of like
Up block. Okay. I am going through this and analyzing the nuance where I agree with SophtheNeko in this unlisted video and where I agree with and sort of pointing out the problems I have with it and the logical problems with it, because this is definitely coming off as a way bigger defense piece. Okay. It was like, you did something bad too. But when she provide this fucking context here, I'm like, what does this matter? If the issue is the rape comic, as they keep on saying, why does it matter how long ago? It's the sharing of it. And I don't know if it comes up in this version, but yeah, the 17 to 19-year-old thing. Oh, God, I don't fucking. I did the Zero Needs Coffee drama, and he sort of got awful. A lot of people defended him on that same basis. Okay, fucking internet's insane. Okay, I'm not saying that's good or not. It's just you have to accept the internet insanity.
Drawings of her and other people, like real people doing it, and I'm like,
You have shown us 2 comics. One wasn't even not safe for work. It was just an abusive scenario. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm just asking for some evidence because I've dealt with so many people.
Okay, I agree with
who
this.
have twisted the hell out of things, and I can't trust your wording.
This is fine from Sophie the
Can you
Neko.
show me some more evidence, please? I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm asking for
sleep.
clarification and confirmation that this is an accurate depiction of what went down.
no, literally, she has a fucking comic of Birdie raping her.
Cindy and Jack's friendship is none of our business. Cindy having had feelings for Jack in the past is none of our business. And Cindy planning on moving on in with Jack is none of our business.
I will say, there are a lot of people I know who have said they have terrible experience with Birdie. I have no opinion on it because I haven't really had any negative experience with Birdie. I don't know him very well. It is pretty ridiculous.
Like, what's this sort of side tangent with Birdie, okay? Like, I don't know enough. That's fine. It's fine. Just be like, I don't know her. I don't have enough experience with that to form an opinion. I'm moving on. But
So that Birdie's been off the internet for 2 years and people still have this horrible negative impression on him. If Birdie and Cindy were to move in together, that is not our business, and I can't really speak on that. And if you don't want to live with Birdie or be involved with Birdie, good for you.
what if Birdie doesn't want to live with Sydney anymore? How will the internet react? Oh, God. Especially because Sydney groomed a minor. Okay. This, I think, was the pivotal thing and overturning this, the sort of that video. But, you know, the optics of this shit is something I'd like to dissect.
Your feelings are valid. You are fully entitled to reject / decline this offer. But I don't see you doing that. I see you, instead of communicating this to your friend, randomly posting a bunch of shit on social media, airing out her dirty laundry. But this isn't even the worst of it. I know I sound like I'm being like a little unnecessarily harsh to this person.
Yes, you are. Yeah, airing out the fucking shit that doesn't need to be out there is... That's what fucking drama people do. As I said, the worst thing about Bug Spray's video is it's bad. It's really fucking bad. It brings up many fucking issues that if I was in this community, I would want to know about. But she sort of fucking shoots herself in the throat. Not throat. Foot. Foot in
But that's just
mouth
because I know
moment
what's
for
about to
me.
come next in the next video she makes, so I'm just, in general, got a pretty bad impression of this individual. Either way, the point is that communication comes first. Call out videos on...
Okay, I understand communication between actual friends, but I'm not even sure these people are actual friends. To give smaller context, Birdie, similarly, yes, I know. There is a case to be made that Birdie was a very bad influence on Sydney that probably led to this. Okay. This sort of fucking culture is a perpetual machine. Because abusers... Birdie had the whole dice cult thing. It seems like the internet tried to warn Sydney away from Birdie, which seems smart. It's just like, I don't know enough to really... yeah, they shouldn't have gotten together. Fucking hell. Sydney should have found a better support group, but she's fucked up. All these fucking people are fucked up.
Social media do not come first, nor are they a... Call-out videos on social media do not come first, nor are they a replacement or substitute for communicating in friendships or relationships. But unfortunately, you did just that.
She also has drawn pictures of me, like,
But she also made it seem like in the video she befriended Birdie just to sort of see if she was still a rape fanatic. Okay, it's like you're walking into this shit, girl.
Really weird stuff. Like, it got really weird. Like, she would be like, I'm gonna sit on your face and fart. And I'd be like, no, please don't.
Pee-wee's exact words here are, she'd be like, I'm gonna sit on your face and fart. And I'd be like, please don't. Remember, Pee-wee is...
What's with all these fucking people with fart fetishes and fart jokes? I just don't get it. It seems to be a common trend. I just... No.
claiming
Why?
that she said no. Pee-wee is
juvenile
claiming
humor.
she denied
Juvenile
Cindy
humor.
consent on
I don't think
sexual
it's
advances.
sexual in some cases,
Okay.
but who the fuck knows?
I almost had the
Higher
chance to talk to
cynical.
Birdie, but then I was like, no. Nuh-uh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
And that's the end of the video. Well, that was convoluted. The conclusion that I drew after leaving this video is that the drawings Cindy made, as non-consensual as they were kept almost entirely private. And in linking these drawings, Pee-wee has essentially published, distributed, and spread rape pornography.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're overselling this shit. Yes, it's fucked up shit. Yeah, but... oh, God. Yeah, she should have censored it, okay? Or whatever pronouns Pee-wee uses. Have her video next.
Yes, Cindy was the one who drew them, but Cindy has stated that she knows better than to post this kind of content.
And Cindy having these thoughts is a very psychologically common trauma response.
It's in the same psychological field as Stockholm Syndrome. The fact that she drew this stuff after going through a history of abuse is one, normal as shit, and two, something she trusted Pee-wee wouldn't leak. Pee-wee goes to downright call Cindy a victim, experiencing...
Oh, Jesus Christ. The fucking... trust... They broke trust. Yeah, at a certain point. Yeah, it's like... I don't even fucking know. I don't know. It just shouldn't actually prioritize. There could be other people trying to befriend Sydney. I'm Steelman in the fucking bug sprayer video. There's definitely a argument to make about the sort of fucking psychosis there. Yeah, I'm
a trauma
Paul's
response.
Indian.
a rape fanatic. That is a monstrous and ignorant approach to discussing mental health topics. It's unbelievably insensitive and...
Yeah, I don't fucking think you fucking children should be telling other children, even if, about mental health, okay? None of you motherfuckers should be talking about mental health at all, okay? You're all fucking mental. Okay, beyond mental. Learn to cope.
Cruel. All throughout this video, there's absolutely no evidence to anything Pee-wee was claiming happened. There's no
some
proof
evidence.
that her and Cindy even knew each other.
By the way, the comment that they showed as evidence was from years ago.
Okay, I gotta. There's no evidence they even knew each other. We know they knew each other. Okay, you've already done the stupidity just hurts there. Like, I know. Fucking, this is the commentary, fucking debate, bro, fucking brain-breaking logic. Why put that in? Does it just sound good? Oh, God.
The fact that Pee-wee was so callous and insensitive throughout discussing a serious topic, while leaking someone's dark thoughts that she was trusted with, while also publishing this non-consensual pornography, while also showing zero evidence to all these interactions between her and Cindy that she is alleging, it's insane. I don't know what's worse, the fact that this individual actually thinks this way, or the fact that people actually supported this video. Not many people did. Most people thought this was fucked up. That it was fucked up that it was being posted on the internet, especially with zero screenshots and evidence that you had a conversation with Cindy even. Goat Kato told Pee that she should probably remove this video. And Pee responded with, no. I don't understand how someone could be so stubborn and reluctant to admit that they are in the wrong. And about 3 weeks later, Pee...
No, what? Admit they're in the wrong. She didn't want to take it down. Okay, it's a bad video. It runs cover for Sydney here. Okay, and yeah, this video by SophtheNeko ages rather badly. Probably why it's unlisted. But
we released another video, a follow-up, with essentially screenshots of Pee-wee and Cindy talking, proving finally that they actually had chat logs and knew each other. But in this video, let's just say it didn't really prove any of Pee-wee's claims correct. They just proved that she was friends with Cindy at one point.
oh God, so
I cannot stand the clown music. So the video essentially starts off
Agreed.
with screenshots of Cindy discussing moving in with Birdie and how Birdie is homeless and has been kicked out.
Pee-wee then goes to show only screenshots of Cindy's end of the fantasization of the characters that don't belong to them, intentionally leaving out the fact that Pee-wee was also fantasizing about them. Pee-wee is leaving out crucial context. Okay, this is where I get really pussy. She then goes to leak a private text conversation that Cindy had.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Leaking private contacts. What? Why? Why moral frog over this bullshit? Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. To make this person look worse than they really are. They're a dumb kid going for a spose. Of course, they're going to do this. There's some utility in the video, but I think it's offset by the sort of potential orbiters who were defending Sydney at this time.
With her father and didn't even bother to blur out her father's face in the image. Her father's face was in the profile. I had to censor it. So,
Oh, the face docs. The name, okay. Yeah, I know. Should have been done. But how big of a deal is it? Oh, God.
essentially, Pee-wee kind of doxed Cindy. I am genuinely sorry if you didn't like it that she vented
Bring
without
in as
permission. I have a balance of friends who prefer if you vent with permission, and
Do you think it was malicious against the
good portion of
data?
my friends also just don't give a shit whether you vent or not without permission. I personally don't really care if people ask for permission to vent or not, and that is just my own personal boundary. These are my personal boundaries and my friends' personal boundaries. And if you need
Okay.
someone to ask to vent, that's genuinely all good and well. But that's something you should communicate to Cindy privately. And even after everything, if you struggled with communicating your feelings to her and now you just don't really want to be friends with her because she's overstepped boundaries,
I sort of agree with this, but it doesn't change the fact that she shouldn't be sharing this shit with anyone but her therapist and maybe stable adults, or at least not unstable minors. Just, Jesus.
whether it was intentional for her to do it or just completely she was clueless to it because you never told her, it's your decision whether you want to continue this friendship with Cindy. If you want to cut her out, go for it.
Yes.
If you need to cut her out for your own well-being, go for it. But that's not my business at all. That's not the internet's business at all.
What's
That's
with
nobody
this
on YouTube's
whole
business.
section?
And yet you went to people on YouTube
So
to talk
repetitive.
about it. Not to mention the fact that throughout this
Yes,
entire
judging.
video, every single
This is
screenshot
virtue
shown was
signaling.
cropped
This
to
is
hell
just
and back.
straight up virtue
Instead
signaling.
of inserting visual context over what happened, Pee-wee decided to just tell us the context behind these
Or at least
screenshots
close
in her
enough
own
to
words.
count. Yeah, I know.
If you've
I
been
know.
interested in commentary
Showing
for
the
a while
face
now, I'm
isn't
sure you know
good,
why this is a problem.
okay?
Everything
But
sexual Cindy
the
sent to Pee-wee
intent.
was cropped. We could all see the sexual
It's-
messages that Cindy sent, but we couldn't see Pee-wee's responses.
It's more
This
about
struck me as very, very
Oh,
odd.
what?
So I reached out to Cindy, asking for her side of the story.
One thing she made clear to me: if you do make the video, I want you to make note that I'm aware that I am in the wrong. I have excuses that I've made to justify my actions
Yeah.
because I don't like to think I'm a bad person. I especially don't like to think that I'm a predator or a groomer. That's a deeply disturbing thought to me.
Yep.
I am aware I shouldn't have been talking like that to a minor who I hadn't known for very long. I had made a note to myself and my friends that I'm not going to talk to minors in that way again. In fact, I'm going to refrain from making
stupid.
new friends with people
Maybe
under
learn.
18 years old just to be safe. So here's another point that a few people have brought up: the fact that Pee-wee is a minor. Now,
Yes.
surface level, it might sound kind of questionable, but the truth of the matter is, Cindy was 19 when these conversations were taking place, and Pee-wee was turning 18. Legally speaking, there is a gray area.
Fun fact, people's brain, depending on who they are, doesn't fully develop until they're 25. This is why insurance companies give you off. You're still developing. Why is it 18? I think it's actually a decent cutoff range. 16, I think, is like the start of this development curve. Because I consider 16 like the training period for adulthood. Because you can't just be like, surprise, you're adult now. The good training period. But I also consider up till like 21 to be another sort of like next step up into this training period. Okay? They're still fucking developing brain wise. This is probably wise. You can smoke at 18 and other shit like that, and need to drink in 21. Well, that's America. They let people drink at drink at 18. Other countries, hell, some countries
that
let them
Cindy
drink even
herself
younger.
has sort of acknowledged and said she feels like she was in the wrong
yes.
for. But I'm not here to discuss the law because I'm not a
Aha!
legal authority. I don't have the right to do so. But I can discuss morality. And the morality of this is that there's like practically no age gap between the two. I'm sorry. Anybody who thinks that like 2 years is like a crazy to like fucking age gap is a drama queen. Yeah,
Probably.
the comics are old. The boy comic is the most recent, but I can see the argument being made that it's mostly bad that I showed them to an underage person. Although I am getting annoyed by people demonizing me for making the comics. That shouldn't
Oh,
be the
you're
focus.
so annoyed.
And the truth of the matter is, I personally do agree. There was like
Yes.
no power imbalance in
Oh,
this age
power
gap
imbalance.
between Cindy and Pee-wee. So if you take away all minor and adult
Maybe,
aspects from
maybe. I don't
this,
fucking know.
there's no real power imbalance. Maybe the fact that Cindy has a large audience, but other than that, it's not like the age gap is wild or anything. Although, yes, she shouldn't have been sending these images to a minor. It is irresponsible, but this should be a learning curve rather than something that we use to like,
I can
antagonize her,
almost
like
agree with
this
half of
Instagram
this.
account has been doing. Either way, let's get into the context that I was provided from Cindy. You notice
yeah.
how Pee-wee cropped all the screenshots, like the "I'm a horny little bugger"? Well, guess who actively
You're admitting
engaged
to
in this
all the
Cindy
problems with
conversation?
Sydney's behaviors, but you're...
Whoa! 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 Isn't that a crazy curveball? Are you surprised? I'm not. I'm not. Remember when Pee-wee made it sound like she denied consent to Cindy?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Denied consent to sit when she made it sound like. Did she or did she not? Okay. Fucking hell. Semantic
Now, I didn't
bullshit
necessarily want to
arguments.
assume that Pee-wee was maliciously taking screenshots out of context. I thought to
She
myself,
counterbalances it.
maybe Pee-wee's embarrassed by the fact that she went along with it and didn't include it in the video. Something like that. So even if
okay, the
in the end there's no
audio?
excuse,
Sheesh.
cropping screenshots
I'm
out of
not
context when you were
using
leaving someone on, even
StreamYard.
if you were uncomfortable, I still don't want to spread around a potentially false narrative that this was
And it's the fucking video, okay? It's also this fucking video. The music is too loud, okay? I'll turn down the volume on the video. It's down in OBS. I'm using OBS this time around, okay? Just to let everyone know. You get the slight background from the game. Okay. Thank you, Romeo. Been a while. I hope you're doing well, man. No, I'm the real Vince. The real Vince. Any other Vince is probably someone trying to fucking make me look bad. In fact, a fun fact, back in my drama, because of my drama with Kritosis, I got a DM from Kritosis letting me know there was someone trying to pretend to be me on YouTube. I just find that funny, okay? Someone's pretending to be me to reunite the beef between me and Kritosis. Fucking hell, like I need any reason. That was funny. Kritosis is like, yeah, don't start coming at me again. This guy's starting to draw. I'm like, oh, thanks, but I was already reblocked.
malicious when she might have just been being silly. And Pee-wee does acknowledge to me in DMs that she did go along with it. And the truth of the matter, Pee-wee, is that if it is true, and you did just go along with it because you wanted to be close with her, as you were stating to me, that's honestly okay. I completely understand not knowing how to say no. I struggle with that. It's a huge problem I struggle with. Not talking about when I'm uncomfortable.
Well, you guys are minors and young. Telling someone they should just be direct and say no, or explain their reasons, obviously, when their content creator is bad. It's bad, people, okay? Saying that someone should say no is bad. Don't do it. Yeah, you can't do that, okay? Expect adults to actually have agency. It's just, no, they're just being abused by weirdos online, and they can't say no to them. They can't use the block button. Fucking hell.
And I know I'm not the only one. But, hypothetically, if someone I was friends with were to do something that made me very uncomfortable and I went along with it, I would not take it to my platform to try to call these people out on something I never bothered to communicate with. I'm sorry. If you were uncomfortable with the sexual conversations,
Yes.
that's shitty. And it sucks that you were put in that situation. But it's not Cindy's fault that she's not a mind reader, and this is not the...
Yes, but it is Cindy's fault that she was sharing I wouldn't even call it porn material. It's definitely fucking not safe for work, fucking MS Paint style bullshit. And she learned it looks like she learned the wrong lessons from this interaction also. Because I'm going to be going into a little bit of Goat Kato stream going over the DMs. After, of course, the Bug Sprayer's new video on Sydney, which didn't quite get as much traction. I made the mistake of looking on Kiwi Farms about some of the stuff, and Bug Spray came up.
Internet's business. We've already clarified that Cindy could have done a lot better in terms of sending pornography to minors, but I'm not going to scold her for that,
no
especially,
shit.
especially publicly, because she's already learned her lesson, and this should be a learning curve. But it's not like this was predatory. If Cindy continues over time to...
So learned her lesson. So learned it. I'm going to be going over a little bit of Goat Kato, okay? But there's a small thing I just want to look at from Bug Spray.
send pornography to minors, then that's a red flag. But at this point, this is just worthless, stupid drama that doesn't need to be put all over social media, but it's being put all over social media anyways. Pee-wee, why are you posting this on social media, leaking Cindy's trauma art, before confronting her via DMs? If you had confronted her and she didn't listen to you and continued making you uncomfortable, then that's different and a much bigger issue at hand. But Pee-wee decided to take this to social media, publish rape pornography instead of telling Cindy she would...
I don't even know what I think about this fucking shit. The way fucking SophtheNeko's framing this, it's just down to Bug Spray fucking not being used to this content. Sydney deserves the learning curve, but as a content creator, Bug Spray doesn't deserve this. There's a little bit here. There is a little bit of nuance in SophtheNeko's here, but I'm thinking she's putting it in just to sort of make it seem like she's being fairer than she really is. But that's just her opinion.
Was uncomfortable, leaked Cindy's father's face and essentially doxed her, leaked private text messages between her and her father as evidence with her venting without permission, instead of telling her to ask her for
Oh,
permission.
trust me, not gonna enjoy
I just need
it.
to reiterate that I'm the one who censored her father's face. And all of this, in the name of justice, I guess. It's just not as...
None of this is injustice, okay? It's faux fake justice for growing as a content creator. It's obvious, okay? It's pretty fucking obvious. None of these people actually care about these fucking issues. They want to do it to fucking grow. For the most part. There are probably people in the scene. Like, I went over fucking Steamline Workshop last stream, and I thought she at least made an attempt. I think it's sort of hypocritical the way she went about it. If she built her platform off of, what was the particular thing? The birdie drama stuff. But I felt, yeah, this is a feelings thing. I felt she was going at it as decently. Of course, she was arrogant and very hypocritical, but that's a different matter altogether. Intent should matter, but we can't ever figure out what it is.
deep as he was making it out to be.
We can guess on it sometimes,
I do not encourage
though.
people to send porn to minors
And
just because they're
speculate.
technically in the same age range. But it's not like this was predatory. This should have been a learning curve for Cindy rather than something that she had to have resulting in her private dark thoughts being shared
just
all over
keep
social
on
media.
repeating
In
that.
general, I'm very frustrated
Then there's
by everything that
two
I've seen.
more
Another thing
things
Cindy
that
brought up
came
to
out
me,
in the doc, which
and
is really
she was
sucks.
onto something. People need to stop deciding who Birdie is and what Jack may do if Cindy were to move in with him. He is blossoming from an emotionally disturbed child.
Okay. Long enough is aged like fucking dirt. Let's get into Bug Spray. Really short video. And the sort of even Jard fucking does this, and I don't know what's up with this mindset. The sort of drama mixed with their other content to boost their shit. Everyone does this, I think.
Hi, I'm Bug Spray.
I try to avoid doing it too. Yeah, I'm willing to dive into the dirt and do this shit, okay? And occasionally I'll have some off stuff.
This is not a fun, silly musical video that I normally do. This is extremely important, and I'm going to need everyone to tune out of silly mode and put on our serious faces.
Oh yeah, I forget how
This
fucked
video
up the
will also
audio.
be triggering. The following trigger warnings.
The audio is extremely fucked up. I think they're using some sort of voice filter for this.
are.
Or it's just
mentions
a
of
bad copy.
grooming, adult content, and CSRL.
Let me actually fucking...
This is a very hard video for me to make, but I can't help
Yes,
being
this is a
terrible.
hard video to listen to. You can look at this. Fucking hell. I'm gonna have to
Bear, also
fucking
known as
listen to
Cynthia,
it.
was outed by her roommate, Birdie, for being a 14-year-old on September 15th, 2024.
And you made videos beforehand.
Birdie also makes mention of someone named Pee-wee, a 17-year-old Cynthia was interacting with when she was 19, close to 20. I am here to say that I am Pee-wee, and there's more to the story than what happened in the original Cindy Bear 03 document. Cynthia and I started becoming friends when I offered to make her a VTuber model on July 29th, 2023. This would be the start of our one-on-one conversation. On August 2nd, 2023, Cynthia would host a live stream in her Discord server's voice chat channel. I joined the voice chat channel. This live stream is still up. It is titled Drawing and Screaming, Talking to Chat in Brackets. You can hear me join at around 29.
I tried to. It's just really bad. I should skip it, but this gives additional context. This is the bug spray person that everyone wants to shield, even though obviously they're going into content creation. Just she came out later. That video's down, probably because of criticisms of it. I don't know if it's good or bad. Let's just get into fucking Goat Kato. I'm gonna get myself in trouble with this, but I'll try to temper my speech a bit. Okay. I pre-watched a lot of this, but I don't want to go over the full thing. Just enough to not get me into trouble, because this might get me into trouble with some people. Because I was curious about something. There's some stuff that a little birdie told me that made me want to look into this deeper. I mentioned this earlier in the video, and I came across Goat Kato going over the Inno/Sydney DMs. Let me actually go over this because I didn't go over it entirely. Hey, Cindy, I'm a friend of Sophie wanted to ask you what you are and not comfortable with, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it seems like she's reaching out to Cindy because of the drama I just went over and the video that she made. That video, I can't actually prove it. I think if this is still ongoing, people need to should tell their fucking minor friends, do not contact potential fucking predators or groomers of any type. Like, I don't see why this is a controversial take. Why no one would do this in the predator hunting sphere. It's just like absurd. But yeah, fucking hell.
Let's go.
If I've had something, yeah. So, we're looking at these.
Hi, Cindy. I'm a friend of Sophia. Soph wanted to ask what you are and are not comfortable with sharing to the public. Everything else I have to say is that I don't think it's right that your friend chose to show your not safe for work art to the public. Is the audio okay? Okay, you can. Yay! So I'm not gonna read all of this. I just want to discuss some of the important shit. Oops. My bad.
Just the important stuff.
Look.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Oh my god. Gonna be.
Nope.
What the fuck?
There's definitely some talk of Kumo gets brought up. Even in the comments, you can see. And that's actually how I'm gonna approach this. Starpunk Zero. It amazes me that Kumo and Goblin looked at this and say, yeah, no grooming here. The lack of empathy or concern for Inno is astonishing. The fact that Kumo was an asshole. He's always been an asshole. Trying to redeem Senny and trying to get a rat's ass about the child harm during this show's. Yeah, this is where my criticism would jar. He shouldn't have fucking got involved in this, okay? This was a fuck fest. He was too much of an autistic weirdo to fucking get involved, and that fucked him the fuck over. I think some of the sort of rumors that get circulated are way overblown, but the criticism was rightful. It let him open to everyone opening a can of worms on his ass and Fucking hell. So I'm being real careful going through.
What is audio is mid? Damn. Fuck you.
Yeah, extremely mid, extremely slow.
Let me
Why
see.
are you not going?
So like,
see,
I actually don't even fucking know.
see, the way she's doing this also seems to be framing this can be taken out. Like, there's some takes here. I'm like, why the fuck is she having this? Why the fuck is she having these takes? Why is she jumping around? And I forget the ACC is a bunch of fucking attack dogs. They don't care about honestly reflecting things. Because I'm curious if Ino was sent by Sophie or maybe on her own to, I think the term's called pedo baiting. And just to be fully transparent, if she did get groomed because of she went out there as bait, I think the criticism, if SophtheNeko knew about this, which she probably did she consent? Did she send her? I don't fucking know. Because in the fact this doesn't get mentioned by them is just like sad. Yes, it would serve as a sort of light defense for Sydney, but for some people, if that talking point, yeah, Ino would get shit. Again, don't harass anyone. It's counterproductive. I am reiterating this so many times because people will get the wrong idea if I don't. Harassment and trying to cancel people is fucking lame as all hell. Know these people's freaking problems and mock them if you need. Not Ino, okay? Hopefully she grows up to be a wonderful person who gets away from this fucking community.
Is this literally all of their convos ever? Yeah, this is all of their
Rick the
conversations.
pirate, if you're nasty.
Shut the fuck up! You scared me!
I am so glad you turned that shit music off, bro.
How dare you disrespect Kendrick Lamar like that?
Okay, I get the joke, I really do. I just, when it's quiet and playing under your voice.
Okay, I gotta clarify. What are the crazy assumptions you're saying? Ino came in to, with the intent to sort of bait Cindy for drama. You're saying those are crazy. It's not assumptions. It's just like, how likely is that the case? Because this is SophtheNeko who reached out. Please explain the logic to me. I want to know the logic why it's crazy to think in the sort of culture in the ACC, you get involved with someone who does a lot of drama. You're friends with SophtheNeko. You go to SophtheNeko, and I wouldn't have thought this, except for, again, a little birdie let me know about an accusation behind the scenes that I'm not going to bring up here. I just know there's another attempt. That's all I'm going to say on that. Again, going to get myself in trouble. Please explain crazy assumptions, and I'll explain this. The fact that Goat Kato sort of is just going for the meat, and some of her fucking interpretations are even more crazy to me. But I can admit that my values and the way I see the world will be different than other people. But I'm tolerant of other people's views and don't think they should just be kicked off the internet because they disagree. It's all about the sort of outcome at the end of the day.
It's not great.
That's understandable. Guys, say hi to Frick the Pirate.
Hi.
Wait, how do you have this? I found
Hack.
it. I'm a hacker man, dude. I like
go-
Cindy's account.
Go hack, no.
Well, wait until we get into this. I am sort of burying the lead. And fucking this account of this makes it hard to really tell. The way they jump around, the keyword search. They should just fucking go straight down, in my opinion. But that's more of a critique of Goat Kato here.
Goat hacked into the victim's account because Goat Kato hates grooming victims.
Exactly. I fucking hate victims, bro. Fuck victim. No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna
Meta-irony!
have to, like, do keywords. They talk about sex 46 times.
No, they don't.
We didn't talk about sex because I said we didn't.
I'd quote what I said in the adult
Ew.
chat, but it's not appropriate, is it?
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Worst punishment. I have a scenario. Not safe for work is lewd, you ding dong. Draw what you want, just no porn. What? The staff member gets in big trouble with NM. Blah 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 blah. He's also the mirror.
This is why I say Sydney learned the wrong lessons from the previous drama. She thought the not censoring it, which is going to become an issue here.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh shit.
Boy doesn't sex him or anything, but Nightmare is very upset about the idea, obviously. Boy keeps touching him, forcing him against the wall, and if Nightmare yells for help or says no or refuses to comply, Boy would hit him. Why are you talking about rape to a fucking 14-year-old?
Guys, I didn't discuss sex with the minor. We stopped right before the
Okay, this is a problem, but skipping ahead, you lose the context of this. Yeah, I went over this a couple of times. I'll jump back, okay. I'm gonna have to actually put a pause on the game for a bit. I'm gonna actually full screen this real quick. Give me a moment. A horrible time to actually do this. Yeah. A little bit of background music, full screen this. As I said, not on StreamYards. Okay. Full screen. Okay, just for a little bit of this. Because there's some things here, no commentary needed. I will return to it. Okay, because going over this myself, I wish I had the DMs and friend. So you have this sort of thing. It's a little bit mix of a bag sent from SophtheNeko. Seems like they're asking questions on SophtheNeko's behalf, but maybe not. It's questionable there. No images, which is probably smart. Scream, hugs. Scream they're deleting comments. They need aspirin. Sorry, I haven't responded to you. I'm a bit paranoid. Also, Sophie, contact. Okay to be paranoid. Can't imagine how you feel in this situation. I'm glad to hear so. It sucks that people are being silenced for pointing out that this is clearly wrong in the comments. This is, I guess, is the bug spray was silencing people in the comments. Jesus Christ. Some people will see a video directed towards someone popular, and this person's like 14. So keep that in mind, how they would view the world. Immediately jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, that's all. She's actually correct there. But that doesn't mean everyone is. Always happen. Doesn't mean it's right. Send in support now. Gift for you. Like a lot of talking. Okay, and she doesn't probably know what she's doing. I'll give her that saving grace there. Okay. I don't know enough. I don't know how much I should actually get into this, because this is a minor and still a minor. But minors, I hope they learn a lesson from getting involved with this, because I've also, again, I know some background stuff that sound, I don't know if true or not, so I'm not going to say it out loud. Okay, a Cindy story, yours truly. Also, gimme eating Skittles. I'm blocking you. You're mean. This is definitely. This is 2 months later. Okay, so basically it died back then. The first attempt by here comes back around. She messages Sydney again, and Sydney actually fucking starts reciprocating. Okay, which is a mistake. It's a mistake to engage, and she just skips over it. Fucking hell. I don't like this. It's not transparent to do it this way. Okay. I can jump ahead, but yes, I am definitely... Is there anything in here? She definitely came and trying to be supportive. Cindy definitely rejected her. Definitely just didn't talk to her. Didn't block her or anything like that, which is definitely a mistake. And then she started opening up when she messaged her 3 months later. I have to wonder what changed between that. Did she just like, I think it's safe now? Or is something else going on. Okay, I can put it back on. Get back on.
Fucking 14-year-old.
Yep.
Guys, I didn't discuss sex with the minor. We stopped right before the penetrative part, so it was fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
the fucking foreplay and the literal rape scenario that's going on, it doesn't matter because they...
Boy keeps touching, forcing him against the wall. Yes, this is not shit you should be sharing with anyone. Period, probably, who's mentally unstable, especially not someone who's mentally unstable. But just looking up sex doesn't bother sex him. It's sexy. Oh, God. Cringe.
They didn't put penis in butthole or anything. Even
Yeah,
though, like...
she learned the
where's
wrong
comic, though?
lessons from the
Holy
previous.
shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, SophtheNeko coddled her. So she thought it was safe. Again, the Sophie interference with that taught Sydney the wrong fucking lessons. She picked up. I'm assuming she's autistic because she picked up the wrong lessons like Jar did. Okay, going with the... Oh, what fucking Bug Spray did is bad because they didn't censor it. So I'm going to censor it and it'll be okay. Borderline brain dead fucking logic if that's where Sydney's coming from here. Learning the fucking wrong lessons.
What the fuck? Nightmare
Yeah.
whined and cries a lot when dealing with boy. Get bent over the counter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
I'm speechless.
I had a scenario where Nightmare walked in on
Yeah,
Fat Male
fucked up.
doing stuff with Sydney. AKA, he was gonna sit on her, and Nightmare calls him fucking disgust. How is any of this okay to discuss with a 14-year-old?
Not
Holy
really.
shit, the actual exports are worse than what's on the document.
The context to this is, Cindy, I think if I'm going to good faith Cindy here, I think this is at the point where they talk about, it wasn't even sexual, which is fucking brain dead to me. I think, agreed with that, but Cindy is the adult. She should have been better. Okay, how much better? I don't fucking know. How brain dead she is, it's hard to say.
What the fuck? Fleshlights? We're not talking about sex! Even though they're talking about fucking?
Yeah.
What?
Questionable.
What is this? There's a scenario where Nightmare threatens to beat a staff member and then he sees
Yeah.
Boy marching towards him. Nightmare backs off the staff member, blah 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 blah. Boy forces him to the ground and pins
Oh,
him.
Jesus Christ.
Boy then breaks his arm. What? What the fuck is going on? My face when Sato Massachusetts. Is it Kism or Kism? I don't want to. Kism.
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at... I unironically seen predators do this. They pretend to do this thing for a moment, second guess themselves. Okay, a comparison to other predators doing this shit would be great to include in all this. A comparison. Yeah, type that in comparison and maybe I'll bring it up. I love comparisons. Because if you can do a comparison to a really bad fucking pedo, that would be great to sort of... I have the palate cleanser with the Turkey Tom video for the end of this. But I can add something to it.
My face when Sato
Just like
Massachusetts
how
sexy
Cindy
hard.
would like to kiss him.
Ew.
My bad.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, Neuro.
What the problem I have here with Goat Kato's coverage, yeah, all this stuff's discussed and all this stuff should not be discussed with fucking a minor. I can agree entirely. How did fucking Sydney think this was all right? Does she not talk to people outside? Yeah, there's a good chance she's playing dumb and fucking doing this shit here. Okay. I would love a comparison to sort of compare this to a more clear... the more examples you can give, the better your argument is going to be at the end of the day. A statement from Gilda, the blood spiller, it's great argument. If you can give me the comparison, even better.
So she's like telling them about these sex things or whatever, and then like she's like, you can draw these scenarios, just don't draw porn. You can draw my kinks, just don't draw porn. What? What the fuck?
because I'm seeing. I'm not gonna fucking say fucking Sydney isn't fucking grooming this person. I am not. I'm not even gonna get. I'm gonna be ignorant. I'm gonna be totally ignorant of this. I'm not even gonna go through all these fucking DMs. It's not gonna be playing dumb. It's gonna be smart ignorance. I'm just bringing up a couple of these because yeah, there's a couple parts, and I might have missed one where it seems like Ino is talking drama with Sydney, and that gets him into sexual talk. Okay. How does it sort of lead to it? Is it a trap by fucking Sydney? Get into drama, bring in minors, and talk to them about it. Yeah, that's fucking devious. I don't know if she's smart enough for that, but maybe. It's a pretty normal
God.
thing.
No porn beats you up, jumps on your spine. You're a
I
sticky
just like
toy,
comparison.
you go splat. Let's see what happens if I look up rape.
Here's the part that I find weird.
8 mentions of rape.
That's normal.
No, not really. They were actively telling people while I was venting to them that I had a rape kink. Can't trust anybody.
Technically, Indo brings up rape way before. And even Sydney, even if someone had, just talking about, this is a hypothetical from Sydney. The second mention of rape is just talking about which is fucked. It's a hypothetical. It's like the dog fucker hypothetical. Some hypotheticals you don't do. And you definitely don't fucking engage with children. Okay? Are they in the sort of commentary headspace here in Sydney's fuck? Because she definitely fucks up later on by bringing up, yeah, she knows she's talking to a minor. And that is simply, that's why I'm like, yeah, this being grooming, I agree. Could definitely be grooming. I'm just not seeing any sexual advances towards Indo. And I'm not going to fucking get too far enough because fuck that shit. Smartly ignorant here.
Blah, 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 blah. Why are you telling all of this to a child?
Okay. It's like the...
I like the idea of the original comment, but
yeah.
I'm not.
Again, baiting is perfectly fine. Frankly, I don't think you should fucking have minors bait people if that's the case. Okay. This needs to be discouraged. I'm sorry. If you're a community that fucking is pedo hunting and you want to bait someone, don't use a fucking minor. Don't send them behind the lines. Isn't that how Coyote Lovely? Oh, fucking, that's not Coyote Lovely. There is circumstances. You don't send minors in to possibly being predator. Like, the overlap with the Coyote Lovely stuff is the fact that a Coyote Lovely went in to investigate and ended up falling in love. That seems pretty clear cut. Okay, with this, I don't even fucking know what to think. Drama seekers. I just know circumstantially, like the Zero Needs Coffee thing, I think why Zero got off is both the Clappy Seals Horrible video, if no one knows about that. It was 17 to 18-year-old Zero Needs Coffee, but he asked for literal... She definitely was baiting him to see porn, and this is definitely a little more gray. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying possibility. It's just sus. And the commentary around this, it's like the whole sex thing that Goat Kato went into, I understand. Yeah, that was fucked up. But this whole rape point, it's more about the rape comic. That's what people are calling it, the rape comic. I don't see a problem with this if this is what people are calling it. They're talking about the rape comic. This is talking about the drama.
On the Nightmare Boy comic not because the majority of them are negative or some sort. I just feel like my opinions could be seen as uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be looking at the fucking rape comment.
Like what? The rape? Yes, she shouldn't.
Down.
She hasn't at this point. She hasn't even gotten into the censored rape comic. And you have to oversell things. Jeez, this is what I hate. They have to oversell everything.
It has sex, but I have some not safe for work images attached to those.
see this sort of unbalanced approach. Like, yeah, all the sexual talk with a minor, perfectly valid to fucking criticize and think sus. But that rape thing, it's like, are you just looking for anything, or are you afraid that if you don't totally paint Sydney as a full a sex psycho, that why are you not giving some balance just as a practical matter? At least attempt to seem like you're being fair. But I guess if you show any hesitation towards a predator in this community, you can't do that. You can't have any fairness. This is what I'm bringing up here.
Dudes, it has sex, but there's no visible wiener. Wee. It's goofy shit. Give me a second. Spoiling just in case. So
I actually agree. She was talking inappropriate with minors, but the charge is grooming. And if you're going off of the technical definition of proving that they were grooming them for a purpose, is sort of key to that. Okay, to that argument. I'm doing a little debate bro thing, sort of to understand why anyone would think, Sydney, there is a mindset where people could believe it's not grooming. And the sort of baiting aspect that I'm seeing in this, I'm sure other people, more critical people who are willing to go through. Again, I'm not even going to touch the grooming. The internet has decided it's grooming. It's grooming, okay? Doesn't matter what I have to say. So I'm not even going to go too deep. I'm just saying there is a possibility that this, because of where this happens, this fucking environment of content creators making friends, trying to find these predators and get it, will lead to bad circumstances with predators. And yeah, sure, hypothetically and most likely, Sydney's fucked up. Probably fucked up by her association with fucking Birdie, and Birdie was fucked up by other people. It's a fucking cycle that just spirals down and up.
Oh, this is where she starts sending porn to that fucker? Oh my god.
Oh, you might want to be careful in case anyone's spoiled images are there.
And I'm not assuming intent, also, to be clear. There are circumstances. It's more about, no matter if she intended to do it or not, if that was sort of on her mind. Because, yes, in the video by Bug Spray, the way she constructed it seems like she befriended Sydney Bear to get dirt on her. It's just more of a rhetorical thing that will make people question it. And maybe it's good that no one questioned if this was a little bit of bait. Okay, maybe it's clear cut. I'm not fucking touching it. This is fucking cancer. I'm bad enough for just doing this, saying the understanding that maybe Ino was trying to bait her is something I can see as a possibility. And the fact that you don't admit the other side, if it wasn't with it's all the other circumstances that make it difficult to argue this way.
The images don't pop up, or at least
no, I don't know. We just know the Ino reached out. She's friends with SophtheNeko. She reached out because of the drama with Bug Spray, which I went over earlier on the stream. I'm not going to assume anyone's intent. There's some unconscious sort of bias there in trying to get in on the action and getting in too deep, which, I don't think was probably not emotionally mature enough to know what she's doing. She's like, it's very possible she's like, I'm going to help out SophtheNeko by, because they were defending Sydney at the beginning of all this. Okay, they were on Sydney's side. Then the Birdie came. It's in the. Maybe I should just go over that video, the revised version. Fucking hell.
Because otherwise, like you're getting nuked too, brother.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. What the fuck? Sydney looks so innocent, and he's oops. He's so nervous.
Okay. I just don't want to be a fucking coward about all this fucking shit. Okay, saying, oh yeah, totally it. I'm not gonna fucking be a coward about this shit. I've made that determination to throw this into the fucking thing. So let me actually not get myself in trouble with going any further. I'm going with smart ignorance here, and by skipping this and going to the not the Gokato, the actual SophtheNeko video. Okay, SophtheNeko, get back here. See the revised version.
Resulting
It's
in
not too
private,
long.
dark thoughts being shared all over social media.
So we have
In
this
general,
video.
I'm very frustrated by everything that I've seen. Another thing,
Unlist it, rightfully so. On a video that seems to be down on bug spray. And then we have this new one, which isn't too long. Might as well go over it. Okay.
Cinnybaro 3, previously known as Scootaloo Love Sands, is a notable participant in the animation
Yeah,
community,
there's a lot of
having
things I
reached over
shouldn't say.
500,000 subscribers on YouTube. She is most known for her animation memes featuring Scootaloo from My Little Pony. She has been making animation memes for 7 years now. She has a very devoted fan base, predominantly made of minors. She has gotten into controversy in the past for the reoccurring issue of utter dysregulation of her hypersexuality.
Yeah.
All at the expense of the minors around her and her own best friend. Each other's age range. That anybody who suggests that it was predatory in any way in my comments, I'm just going to assume is a child arguing this. I just feel like making it clear this isn't an instance of anything.
Because I skipped through this, she's just basically talking about the first case, and she keeps bug spray anonymous in this. I guess. Pineapple, why not?
Incriminating, it is simply a context statement. Pineapple and Cindy had been friends for not a long period of time, only a couple months. Within a few days of knowing Pineapple, Cindy took it upon herself to send loads of pornographic comics to them. The content contained graphic art of an FNF character called Boy, who we will be getting into later. The comics depicted Boy essaying another character as a quote-unquote punishment for molesting children. It was an absolutely fucked up story. Cindy ended up alienating Pineapple with the content she was sending to them. Pineapple, being young and not sure what to do at the time, decided to create a call-out post on Cindy, posting these rape comics uncensored. Essentially distribution of rape pornography. Lovely.
Hi, I'm... Never meet your heroes, this is why. So, I got lonely, and then I decided to go befriend Cinnybaro 3. It literally worked. I don't know how it worked, but we became friends. It wasn't like a devious plan the whole time that I was gonna befriend her, find out that she's still a weirdo, and then fucking go off about it. What? And not like that. So, Cindy's not changed at all. She's still a rape fanatic. She's got a whole comic about a minor's character. This character boy from the FNF Twinsomnia mod, made by Sock Clip. Which is a 17-year-old, and then Cindy takes that 17-year-old's character and then makes him rape another person's character. It's fucking weird.
After seeing this video, I reached out to Cindy and I had a conversation with her, asking her for her side of the story. Hey Cindy, allegedly an ex-friend of yours leaked you're not safe for work. I'm quite upset by their handling of things, and I wanted to reach out to talk to you because I'm considering making a video about it. I'm a commentary channel. I feel as if the video is very invasive to your privacy and well-being, and clearly you trusted the individuals with your dark thoughts you were having. It's not fair to you. But if we go into all this, I just want to know that you're, 1, comfortable with me making a video, and 2, if you'd like me to add something to said video. Also, I contacted you on Instagram.
Yes, I'm fine with that. I welcome it, in fact. I'm not sure if I'm ready to bring it to the public. I'm deeply embarrassed by the things they shared, and if I don't have to bring attention to it, then I personally don't want to.
If I ask any questions that you do not want to answer, then please let me know. You don't have to answer anything you're not comfortable with. At the time of this conversation taking place, I was genuinely on Cindy's side to a certain degree. If you do make the video, I want you to make note that I'm aware that...
Yes, least honesty from SophtheNeko. They were on Sydney's side. And that could have also made Inno feel safe for approaching Sydney. Like, what people are saying is bad, which is a danger of this, especially if Sydney... Because, yes, definitely a groomer, predator, all that. Sorry, we aren't post-truth era, okay? Facts don't matter anymore.
Excuses that I've made to justify my actions because I don't like to think that I'm a bad person. I especially don't like to think that I'm a predator or a groomer. That's a deeply disturbing thought to me. I am aware that I shouldn't have been talking to a minor like that who I hadn't known for very long. I made a note to myself and my friends that I am not going to talk to minors like that ever again.
Yeah, the 17-year-old. Again, like that.
In fact, I'm going to refrain from making new friends with people under 18 years
And
old.
she
just to be
should
safe.
have done that.
By the obvious
Why?
implications of these texts, it was clear that Cindy is completely aware of the fact that she should not have sent those comics to a
Yes.
minor. The age gap was absolutely no means predatory in these circumstances, but she confirms here that she knows she should not be sending porn to a minor. If this really is just sadomasochism art to cope with the abuse you've endured, keep it to yourself and your counselor. Maybe show your partner or your closest friends who are all consenting adults at the end of the day. It seems that Cindy had
Dude.
learned her lesson and that she wouldn't do it again. Right? Right? After getting in contact...
Yeah. I live dangerously. Oh, God. Someone's got to talk about this fucking sort of cultural issue since everyone fucking abandoned it. Okay? Normalizing this fucking minors helping out drama streamers because they think someone's safe is really fucking dumb.
With Cindy to research the situation with Pineapple. A friend of mine, Eno, who was 14 at the time, wanted to check up on Cindy and see if she was doing okay. Cindy and Eno began talking.
Why?
And Eno's age was immediately mentioned and was a topic of small talk. Eno...
See, be like, maybe we should learn to not do this. Not let this happen. There's just nothing about, maybe I should have stopped this. Maybe it's not there. I think this needs to be fucking talked about. Or it just makes me think that they just want this. Yeah.
became the one Cindy started dumping her sexual thoughts onto, detailing her sexual fantasies surrounding Sock Clip's FNF character Boy, brutally and graphically assaulting a Sans AU character or whatever. Cindy would constantly bring up Eno's age and refer to them as like little baby or little fetus, and it was so apparent.
And I hate the fucking the way she flashed the clips in this. Okay, just speaking for this. Okay, yeah, there are examples if you go through the doc, which I believe is contained in this video, and there are examples in this. But it makes her previous video hypocritical. But she took it down, so it's all fine. She's growing as a content creator.
Eno's age range, while sending these comics to Eno and detailing sexual fantasies, and also requesting for Eno to draw porn of said fantasies surrounding.
She said no. See, this seems a little bit dishonest. She said no porn. I bet lewd, and she did hint it should be. She got the idea lewds are fine and not porn. Yeah, don't even ask someone. Not safe for work is still beyond what a minor should be drawing, especially for an adult. Yeah, I can see the grooming claim even more with this sort of framing. And yeah, I can see it. I'm going through this, thinking about it critically. And yeah, I can see the thing. But there's a lot of just bullshit rhetoric that I don't like. And I think is really odd. It makes this questionable to people on the outside, especially when it was happening.
Nightmare Sans and this character Boy. Cindy wasn't telling her roommate Jack. Cindy hadn't let me
fucking
know.
Annoying
Eno came up to me and told me she had been withholding this information from everybody in her life, that she had been for 6 long fucking months sending porn to a 14-year-old.
But see, the fact that Sophie isn't pointing out that fucking Cindy censored it and thought it was fine, most likely because of what you told her. And yeah, it's the fucking dumbass, ultra autistic argument. Maybe that was in the cracks. It's just there is flaws with this video. She admits to defending Sydney on a couple things, but not bringing up the sort of censorship is something Sydney might have picked up on. Which maybe even fucking Kumo. This is why Kumo had his thoughts on this, which influenced Jar. It's fucking shit going around. And this actually blew up much bigger than it should have because of Jar's involvement. So, fucking hell, I don't even know how. I know how that happened. Drama.
At the age of 20 years old.
Yeah.
After talking to Eno for a while, I convinced them to confront Cindy and talk to her about the fact that this is absolutely fucked up.
She's a minor. Why not just tell her to cut it off? Let's be like, cut it off, girl. What? coddling these fucking things. Why can't anyone be the adult? Okay? Give the agency to the fucking minor. Minors are fucking stupid, okay? If you think there's a big... Yeah, I just don't know, okay? Hey, Cindy. Okay, this is the... Okay, let me read. Maybe she'll read it.
Her response to the confrontation was, "Thank you for bringing this up privately. I appreciate that a lot. To be frank, I don't have any good excuse. I should have done better. My only reasoning for why I chose to do it with a minor is because I felt like Ino understood me on a more personal level. We were both kind of bonding over that topic. We both are hypersexual, and I don't have a whole lot of friends I can express that with. Again, I'm not defending myself. I genuinely think I should have known."
Why is a fucking minor's hypersexual? No one asked these real questions, okay? What led Ino to this? Fucking hell.
Not to show Ino all the things I showed them. I only really put a stop to those sorts of conversations as of recently once I realized I was fucking up. I was considering writing out an apology to Ino for doing that, and then I saw this message. We can't exactly disprove that she was thinking about writing an apology, but we can disprove the fact that she had quote-unquote stopped a while ago. The last time she had brought up boy and that shit to Ino and all her sexual fantasies had only been a couple days prior. The truth of the matter, though, is that you are a 20-year-old adult. You cannot...
Again, hypocritical comparison to the last video. You should show a screenshot of this happening. I'm not going to deny it happened. I'm just saying. Rules for me, not for thee. Okay. I think this is a horrible lapse. In content-wise.
Ignorance to
not
this
showing
situation.
it.
You have proven to us on many different occasions that you are cognizant of the fact that you as an adult should not be sending porn to minors, let alone a 14-year-old, someone so much younger than you. This has been going on for 6 months. Ino was a 14-year-old. You knew of the fucking fact, Cinny, and you cannot claim ignorance in this situation, but you know it gets worse, because of course it does with people like this. Regardless, I felt like Cinny had said that she knew better, and I was like, okay, well, she clearly can't be left alone still, so I'm going to contact somebody in her life and tell them that this is going on. So I went.
The reason I'm pointing it out, the semi-censored shit, SophtheNeko should bring that up. That's what Sydney should have taken it away. There would have been no defense really for Sydney if that was clarified. No, it's not the censorship, and there's no examples of that. If you want to say she learned her lesson, you need to teach her the right lessons. Teaching the wrong lessons to mentally disabled people can lead to this shit and can have unintended side effects. Grooming or not, I hope Endo is fucking fine and not traumatized from either her fucking interactions with Sydney or with her fucking being ingrained into this drama. Again, there's things I know that I can't verify or talk about that's making me think this, okay? You don't have to believe me. You can think I'm full of shit with that. I'm fine. I don't need people to listen and believe me. But does it make sense to you? Hate me if you want. Disagree with me. Just putting things out there. Because I think they need to be said, and people are too cowardly to say what needs to be said because they are worried it'll hurt their reputation or get them canceled or make them lose popularity. And just being a coward like this shit, like Lio is, and just coping about it, not engaging with it properly, like him fucking ducking with both Aiden Underground and fucking goddamn Malcolm and his whole community, not fucking, they're all cowards. How can I criticize him or anyone else for being cowards if I'm going to be a coward myself? That would be hypocritical. That's why I do. I don't want to have that double standard. I hope anyone watching understands that.
To Birdie. Birdie is Cindy's roommate, and I told him that I wanted him to tell me if he saw her messaging minors ever again because I was fucking freaked out, obviously. And he was like, oh shit.
Oh,
actually,
sorry.
Interestingly enough, Cindy has sexually assaulted me. And I was like, what? Jack ended up confronting Cindy about everything that's happened. Here is a recording where Cindy blatantly admits that she has not only groomed a minor, but has sexually assaulted her roommate.
So, I know it happened. What do you mean? Soph told me. It's okay. Here, I'm gonna tell you what I know, okay? Soph told me that you've been sending porn to Eno, and she told me because I deserve to know. And you knew that Eno was 14. I think this is very predatory. I don't support this, and I don't condone this, and
No, it shouldn't. Okay, but it's Birdie.
I noticed that you have withheld some information from me about like your behavior, because at this point it's not a mistake. Like you can't just accidentally send a 14-year-old porn.
No, you can't.
You groomed them. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. What you did was grooming. I can't support you in this.
In what?
Just in the situation, like, your actions, like, at first, like, from the information you told me, like, I thought you were being impulsive and making dumb mistakes, but this is an intentional, repeated behavior that you have continued to do, and I'm not okay with this. And this whole thing has made me realize that you have been inappropriate with me, too.
Wait, how?
You know how I told you not to, like poke me in the butt or, like, on my crotch, and you still do it?
Oh, Wait, do I do it in the crotch, Ellie?
Like, I don't know, sometimes. You still make jokes about, like, fingering me and stuff, and you asked me to sit on your face that one time. Like, that's not, like, that's a sexual situation that you were gonna put me in. Like, I consented to it because I didn't know what kind of touching was and wasn't okay, but now that I'm, like, putting the pieces together, now that I've, like, stepped back and took in the whole view of the situation, you haven't been treating a lot of people right. Like, your hypersexuality can only go so far. Like, at this point, you're taking advantage of your fans, and you've taken advantage of me, and I'm gonna be honest, Cindy, I don't want to live with you anymore.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's a lot to deal with. Okay, this is... I don't know how much of it's performative or not. Sorry, I sent out a message.
I'm sorry. I draw a line here. I can't have you doing these things with kids. I can't live with someone who is taking advantage of children. I can't.
I don't want to anymore.
But you still did, and that's the issue. You can't undo this. Like,
they got her. Fucking Birdie got her. She did it. God. What was she really? Did she really believe it in the moment, or was she doing it to appease the person trying to lead? This could be manipulation. This could be a genuine reaction. Okay. And some people be like, you can't question that. I just fucking did. Okay. It's a question. Get over it.
You have done this with so many people, and
There's 3 examples.
It's okay.
No.
To different degrees. So yeah, it's a pattern.
No,
It's enough to tell her to get the fuck off the internet. Get help.
It's okay.
I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to do
You can't come back from this. You can't. You can't come back. You can... It's okay, but Cindy...
Jack,
it's okay.
I don't feel safe here anymore after learning...
This whole I can't lose you, that just gets me. Why? She's accusing you of grooming and you're... And again, Birdie, the Birdie factor in here also is another fucking really fucked up element. It's a little bit of post-hoc rationale. Like, I really wish I could talk to Kumo and just to see where he was going to go with this. Just to pick his brain. I probably wouldn't agree with him. And Kumo probably hated me a while ago because I tend to mock everyone equally. Okay, it's not just Lio. I mock some of his friends because he was friends with a weirdo, and I basically said, I think he blocked me and got pissed off that I said, don't let Alex the Critic actually fucking make a video on this, because it would be a bad video. People would say, oh yeah, Alex the Critic has these really bad points. It's more about the fact that Alex is an idiot and he argues like an idiot. In my opinion, at least. But of course, I did a video on him, and he did a video response. Very interesting, fun drama stuff when I was just criticizing him, and he really went over the top. To say the very least. His video was horrible. I felt bad for
crying
even...
my eyes out earlier.
And I gotta fucking love how she started then messaging Eno and guilt-tripping Eno because Jack was talking about moving out with Cindy. Like, obviously Jack doesn't want to be living with a groomer who is sexually harassing him. Now this 20-year-old fucking adult is whining to a 14-year-old about how she feels betrayed because her roommate who she sexually assaulted wants to move out after finding out that she groomed.
See, it's a sexual assault. Looking into this, the sexual assault of Birdie. Yeah, that I don't believe that. That seems really weird, okay? This seems like a really over-the-top claim to me. Okay, I'm not there. It seems like very weak evidence against Birdie. Okay, it's carried on the back because she was being predatory towards a minor, okay? She could have groomed this child and still not sexually assaulted Birdie, okay? Both things can be true at the same time. And Jack, Birdie, is known for exaggerating claims for anyone who's looked into her. You don't know what's true with what her claim, but the sort of brain dead, listen and bleed mindset, all for all, is just another element in this that, yeah, she could have groomed Eno. Eno shouldn't have probably contacted Cindy at all. Fucking hell, that's not controversial to say, is it? Cindy shouldn't have fucking did what she did with Eno. Eno shouldn't have contacted them.
Just a quick video to get
SophtheNeko should have said, "Cut this off."
Honestly,
not
regret ever
talking.
associating with Cindy.
Not SophtheNeko should have, as soon as she found out, just be like, "No, don't do it." Okay. Well, maybe she mitigated it. It's all these young people dealing with these really fucking fucked up circumstances.
Publicly, I regret ever defending her. Honestly, this is my conclusion. After piecing everything together, it seems that all we can say for a fact is that Cindy is definitely a sexual predator. Whether we label her a pedophile for engaging with Eno or just a sexual abuser dragging everyone, including children, into this spiral of...
This is also another weird thing. Let me just go back here.
I regret ever defending her.
Smart.
Honestly, this is my conclusion. After piecing everything together, it seems that all we can say for a fact is that Cindy is definitely a sexual predator.
I don't know if you can say that for sure. Not with the Birdie stuff. You can say she was definitely... There's more of a case for her grooming your friend, Definitely. 100%.
We label her a pedophile for engaging with Eno or just...
She was trying to groom a sexually predator of a minor, and you're not gonna fucking label her a fucking... It just, like, it's mental gymnastics to me. Double speak. If she was trying to groom a minor, what was she trying to groom the minor to? A life of degeneracy? That's just fucking... That seems to be just being in the ACC, AMC, or the SCC at the end of the day. That just seems to be what happens when you're in these fucking degenerate communities. You're putting... Oh, the limits.
A sexual abuser dragging everyone, including children, into this spiral of hypersexuality and dysregulation of said hypersexuality. She is still a predator either way, who has used her platform to groom minors. Her sexual instability is so dysregulated to the point where she's assaulted her best friend. Cindy needs serious help. I am honestly so upset with myself for even associating publicly with Cindy Bear in the first place. I am disappointed in her. I speak on behalf of so many friends and loved ones who were deeply motivated and looked up to Cindy in this community. Cindy literally let all of us down. She let me...
Why was Cindy... Yeah, I just don't fucking know. I'm not in any of these fucking communities. Fucking hell. Aiden's like, be part of my community. I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't fucking want to be in these communities. Not in yours. Okay, being in a lot of these fucking communities seems like a recipe for disaster. Fucking hell. I would rather be the outsider who's not a total fucking coward and bitch, even if I take shit for it. Okay. I'm sure what I said is controversial enough. we'll see how that goes. Post talk, rationale, and crap. But end of the day, I'm not gonna be a bitch. I can say it doesn't matter what I think. Sunny's a groomer publicly. A sexual predator. This is just the sort of logic of this. Maybe if you're basing that off of the sexual assault of Birdie, mostly, I think that's questionable. Grooming of minors into her degenerate lifestyle, conscious or unconsciously. Forget the actual definition of grooming. Is which got Pyro off. Is you need to show attention. You need to. She knew the age, but she has an extra layer of fucking knowing the age clearly, making jokes about it, which fucked her over, and most likely makes her a groomer. But it's, oh yeah, also fucking with the pansexual people. I can't even say she couldn't love both Sinnoh and fucking Birdie at the same time, given the fucking nature of these communities, which more of a practical matter that pairs work better in this. Open relationships fail. Look at Destiny, how his attempts fucking blew up in his face. Okay, palate cleanser to end the stream, in which I'm going to be chill with low commentary, I hope. Turkey Tom as a sort of example. Fucking Gilla, the blood spiller, gave me the sort of Chris Hansen sort of angle. I don't think that's something I can introduce here too easily. I agree. Baiting's fine to catch predators, but minors should not serve as the bait. Not even assuming that's what Inno was doing. I have my reasons for believing that could be the case outside of this, but that's neither here nor there. Not going to be a bitch about it. Not going to defend it either way. I'm analyzing this shit and giving my opinions on this whole mess. And I'm thinking this is a great palate cleanser, and I'm not trying to create the association, but there might be a little bit here. Okay, sometimes the association can't be helped, so I'm saying
you can't get a
nothing directly. This is just an example of weird shit that's seen. Okay, there is probably an example. There seems to be a little bit of a threat of releasing private information in these fucking degenerate communities. FCK is an excellent example of that. They tried so hard to fucking hide that for Peaches and other content creators, but it blew up, made it outside the scenes, caused the fall of Senate, caused the domino effect so far. Let's look at a totally different example that probably doesn't have too much correlation. So I'm not going to make a combination, so I'm just going to do it as a palate cleanser.
Girlfriend, become the girlfriend. To most, this phrase is nothing more than a funny quip. However, one man's meme is another man's maxim, and in 2018, an individual on 4chan took this idea so seriously as to try to turn every self-loathing lonely anon on the site into a cute femboy, even if it was against their will. In the process, he turned the internet against him, starting a manhunt to dox him, track him down, and hold him accountable for his crimes. This is a story about incels, shills, sissification, grooming, and blackmail. This is the story of Reiko's trap harem. And before we begin, I'd like to clarify that the purpose of this video is not to make any political statements or push an agenda, and the various viewpoints expressed by all individuals I'll be covering are not necessarily my own. While
Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. You gotta love. Fucking Turkey Tom got the most bluntest treatment with the, like, I think he got screwed over by the fucking parasitical drama, but I'm glad he got back up there. I just think he's a little bit too much of a bitch nowadays, and I really do hope Brandon Buckingham pulls through. Okay, there's been a lot of cases of shit going down like that. That's never good. Fucking Perry's a bitch for trying to do the scam allegations. Maybe it's true, but to jump to that conclusion is fucking borderline insane. Okay, I wanted to do the subtitling.
Most people on the outside probably think of 4chan as a whole as an incel site. Particular boards represent that demographic far more than others. Case in point, Robot 9001, better known as /R9K. While not its original purpose, it has, in effect, become a board dedicated primarily to neets, or those who are not in education, employment, or training. To put it simply, it's the hikikomori, guys living in their mother's basements, or people who are otherwise socially withdrawn, and they call themselves robots. Robots come together to discuss their lives, or rather, their struggles, such as not having friends, a girlfriend, or any life prospects to speak of. Even the more mundane aspects of their lives are often the topic of conversation because of the unusual challenges they face. A lot of humorous screen texts have come from this board as a result. Had an itchy bottom for weeks. Notice when I wash more, it...
I'm just like, I'm wondering where the anti-clinker anti-clinker sentiment has come from. Probably partially from this. I also know from Everyone Hates AI. We're going to need to ethically fucking regulate it or find some sort of system around it because it's not going away. And it's like with guns in America, once the genie out of the bottle, it's hard to put it back in. But making guidelines and regulations is really smart to do. God, and also the witch hunts around fucking AI. That looks like AI fucking art. Give me my money back. What the fuck? That's not AI. It's just fucking insane.
It doesn't itch so much. Wash every day, itching goes away. Stop washing every day, and itching comes back. I think I've found a good reason to wash every day, bros. Never used to bother me, sitting around not washing for a few days. But maybe it's age. What things have you learned about yourself lately, R9K? You people are absolutely disgusting. Local Anon discovers that hygiene has actual functions. B11, store all my Legos in the closets in a room that no one uses. One day, sister's friend comes over. She finds the Legos I've built and collected, destroys all of them. Find out about it after she leaves. Fall into a Great Depression. Quit Legos because of it. That bitch. You should find her and stalk her. Build a Lego hammer and beat her to death. I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed a MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiancée from stumbling across pictures I photoshopped of her giving birth to me. Of course, we can't forget all the notorious images of people's piss jugs and catastrophic looking rooms from their absolutely demented lifestyles. But it's not all fun and games. As much as we like to joke about them, these situations take their toll on people. Robots are understandably desperate considering their living conditions. So threads on the board often have a depressed...
I did not fucking pick this up on purpose. I'm just like, oh, this is an interesting video. Okay, I'm going to actually play this. The gameplay is going to go a little giant, a little dead. But that'll be because I'm looking up... I'll see if I can find what Gilla the Blood Spiller fucking said. I think I need to at least see if I can find it.
undertone, or a resentful one, where people turn their hatred towards women and so-called normies, who unfairly get to enjoy the perks of being well-adjusted, while they don't. Though the stereotype has always existed, R9K set the gold standard for the loser archetype, a guy obsessed with those who do better than him, usually ranting about Chads, Alphas, Stacies, and a dictionary's worth of other newspeak you've probably heard before. And sometimes, their frustration takes a drastic turn for the worse. Multiple mass shootings have been associated with 4chan, but one case was connected to R9K in particular. You may have seen the post in question before. Some of you guys are alright. Don't go to school tomorrow if you are in the Northwest. A thread will be posted tomorrow morning. So long, space robots. This post, made on September 30th, 2015, wasn't just an edgy troll, as the next day, a shooting would take place at Umpqua Community College, with the perpetrator taking 9 lives and injuring 8 others. In another case, a teenager named Shuab Aslam shot himself on livestream, holding up a paper that read, "By R9K." All around, it's a terrible state of affairs. Worse still, certain risks are posed by congregating such a large pool of people with poor mental health. They're vulnerable to manipulation or being taken advantage of. If someone wanted to, they could promise these Anons what they want most in life: companionship, validation, even an outlet for their sexual frustrations. All a thinly veiled disguise for... On 4chan, shills are commonplace. If you've ever gone on it to ask a question, you've probably been called one. But what is a shill? Well, a shill is someone who tries to engage in deceptive or covert advertising. Shills pose...
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can understand why people respect these videos. They're very well thought out, researched in a quick way, but I'm just like, What's all this stuff? You needed to find shills. Safe.
As regular posters to appear natural and blend in as if they were unrelated individuals, while promoting something they're associated with. However, the people labeled as shills usually advertise something that goes against a board's typical ideology or set of values, so it's used pejoratively against them when observant Anons notice their mischief. Maybe someone's trying to promote their Discord server when people are just trying to talk on the board, or perhaps it'll be an individual attempting to push leftist ideas on a far-right board, or vice versa. Some shills just want to derail conversations and threads by starting pointless.
Did he really say the views, the political views, and he slips that Hassan thing in? I'm at base. Hassan is crap. This is 2 years ago, so maybe it's a little bit more controversial to say that about Hassan.
Arguments. Do a little trolling, if you will, merely for its own sake. Others make what is called a slide thread, a meaningless thread meant to decrease the quality of the conversations happening on the board.
Okay, let me throw this in. Chris Hansen. I'm doing this on the fly. Let's just... I think this is going to be useless, but yeah, I would need to find a better material. Let's just see a little bit about one of these. See if it matches up to the reality. Let's just at least watch one.
Thank you.
She asked for snacks, and he's more than happy to oblige. A bag of chips, a caramel-covered chocolate bar, and a...
I mean, I don't even know if these people are even minors, and if so, they are heavily regulated. I know who these predators interacted with aren't minors, okay? Just predator hunting seems like a fucking bad idea. Ugh, fucking hell.
Giant bottle of iced tea.
It's so nice to finally see you. This is crazy.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
Why?
I don't know, I've never done this.
Oh,
Have
God.
you?
No.
So what do you want to do?
Oh, I never fucking watched this because this stuff makes me sick. Fucking hell. Like, just the thought, the imagination that they actually go through with this is just like... Even if she's an adult who looks young, fucking hell.
Hug?
I don't know.
Hey.
I guess this sort of counteracts that.
No, right there, please have a seat. Set the phone down, please.
What is your plan? Just hang out, watch football?
Hang out and watch football with whom?
With her.
Who's her?
With Bailey.
And do you know how old Bailey is?
She's 14.
14. She told you she was 13. Not that that matters. How old are you?
30.
30.
Dupay is lying. We both know he's really 40. And what he doesn't know is that I have all the transcripts of his sordid conversations with minors. But I'm curious to see if he'll cop to his intentions.
And why would you at 30 think it would be okay to hang out with a 13-year-old girl home alone?
I mean, we just hit it off, friends.
You hit it off with a 13-year-old girl?
We were just talking.
Just talking?
Yeah, I could see an overlap. Why people think this was the lead into grooming for Sydney, using this as a comparison. Okay. And there was the whole... No, that's the previous with the 17-year-old. And with Pee-wee, they were planning to... I don't even think that counts because with the sort of Onisan... I always fuck up that name. The Onision sort of joke that, SophtheNeko sort of pointed out that that's the joke that that Sydney Bear made with Pee-wee in that instance. Okay, she would have been 18 when they moved in, and then they talked about Birdie. Okay. Was there any... As I said, don't want to go down the Inno thing. Someone else can tell me if Inno talked about doing anything sexual. Again, not saying this sort of baiting technique can't be utilized to catch it. I think it's a bad idea to send them unregulated. It's just so many unknown variables. Do you really... What if fucking Inno kept quiet entirely about it and she did get groomed? The worst case scenario about Sydney Bear. That would have been fucking insane. Not saying that's the case either way, but... Oh, God, why did no one think? This is a clear-cut case. And using this as a model, yeah, great.
Well, now you're here. This is more than talk.
I know, we just came to hang out. You know,
What, get a hug?
And watch football.
Watch football?
Yeah,
Who's playing
bullshit.
Steelers and the Ravens.
Oh,
I have
fuck.
no
Both
intentions
those
with
teams
nothing.
suck.
No intentions of
Why?
So what do you do at UPS?
I was a package handler.
Package handler. You're not there anymore.
No.
What do you do now?
Nothing.
Besides go online and try to...
Oh, God, this is sickening to me. Even just seeing the fucking Predator getting his ass sort of fucking exposed is something. I'm just like, why the fuck? Just put him in cuffs and fucking take him the fuck away. Sheesh. Sorry.
It fits
Extreme
the board's
reaction
purpose
to
just
such
enough
people.
so that it doesn't get moved to another board or deleted, with the sole intention of making other threads slide down on the board's catalog, hence the name. But not all shilling is created equal. Some shills are more creative and unorthodox than others. Sure, you could just promote your Discord server or your ideology, but what if you promoted a Discord server with an ideology that's consisted exclusively of compelling lonely men to cross-dress? It sounds weird, but in 2019, R9K became flooded with so-called trap threads, which proselytized the benefits of becoming trans or just...
This is just like beyond weird. Okay. And I thought I was taken care of. Die, motherfucker. Okay.
Just cross-dressing and being a femboy. Let's be clear here. We're not talking about the trans threads on a board like LGBT, for example, which serve as a forum for trans people to vent and share information. The threads
Thank
on
you.
R9K were attempting
really?
to
That's
mark...
why. That's why I was fucking up. I was on the wrong screen.
It's the transition to lowlifes and outcasts by pandering to their insecurities. If intrusive gay thoughts were ever a thing, these certainly read like them. So why haven't you become a cute girl yet, Anon? It's so easy to do. HRT is actually ridiculously cheap. Already look...
This is at least funny enough to fucking be like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Meme it until you make it. They're... Fucking, it's like a absurd example, over the top absurd example I want to end with, to fucking just be like, oh, this is fucking insane. All this shit. Internet
pretty
culture.
feminine just from some light exercise and a decent diet. Time to leave the male gender behind. He hasn't taken the trap pill yet. Why do you want to be lonely? So why haven't you taken the pink pill yet, Anon? It's extremely cheap and easy to get. Girls don't have to be lonely. So why haven't you become a cutie girl yet, Anon? It was sold as a way to get laid, with the catch being that you're gonna get laid with another dude. If you can't attract a woman, become a woman and attract men instead. As ridiculous as it sounds, R9K is a red board, meaning it allows not safe for work content. Add to that the pre-existing popularity of anime and fetishistic content among this demographic of men, and this material infested the board.
Best argument for anime being a mistake, right here. Best argument for that. And I like anime. Some anime, at least.
With ease. Just post a thread with a picture of a cross-dressing male, a trap, if you will, and start selling transitioning as the...
Also the fact these bootleg fucking... If they're ugly as a guy, not to get a girl, do you think they'll be anywhat attractive as a girl? It's the logic, again, baffles me. I guess they live... Of course, these guys were probably just trying to take advantage of retarded fucking losers who couldn't get laid. Teenage years is weird. Fucking, I don't even know if to call this grooming. Yeah, probably if they meme it until you groom it.
Solution to every robot's woes. The shenanigans didn't end there. There were also guides and instructionals, such as how to achieve trap mode aesthetics. This image includes diets and exercise recommendations, including but not limited to eating more soy, drinking water from plastic bottles with BPA, eating less meat, and drinking semen. Of course, much of this material was more explicit in nature, but we can't get into all of it. Now, a lot of people were not happy about this. You can see them in the replies to these threads, being annoyed by the incessant posting of topics which they were at best uninterested in, and at worst, repulsed by and ideologically opposed to. R9K is a board for original content, same threads day in, day out. I mean, the board has clearly failed to do its job, so just delete it already. You're all going to get tired of spamming this, and everyone's going to go back to posting. But who was behind such a ridiculous effort, and why? Was it completely organic, or was someone trying to convince presumably straight men to...
Oh, do tell. I don't want to... Maybe I shouldn't cut it.
With homoerotic material as to make it unusable for the average denizen. Whatever the case was, robots were getting fed up. They wanted answers. And answers they would soon get. It was suspected for a while that this was a coordinated effort organized in Discord servers to overrun the board. Later, in March 2018, the suspicion...
Discords was a mistake, okay? This whole era is fucked up. And of course, 2020 with the lockdowns, I think hyper-accelerated all this fucking insanity and made it just explode. And I hope we can get back to fucking sanity. Oh, hope.
would be confirmed. A tidal wave of information would emerge over just a few days, exposing what had been brewing for the past several months. The exact order in which the leaks were made is unclear, since this disorganized investigation took place on 4chan, but one of the first iterations of the story as we now know it was made on March 24th, 2018. An anonymous user posted the following. Reminder that Redacteds have been on a campaign to psychologically brainwash young and vulnerable males. Attached to this post was a screenshot of Discord messages sent by a user named Reiko. They're talking to someone else named Haruka, saying, "First victim of the night. I won't rest until every sissy boy on R9K has started HRT, or at the very least, cross-dressing. This
is the sort of shit that made OK Groomer with the trans movement fucking take off. Again, I said that at the beginning. There's fucking insane people in every fucking walk of life making just straight people, white people, black people, trans people, cis people, any of these people, saying the worst of them represent them as a whole is just brain dead logic. This is why take every case to case and understand them individually, but see how they fit into the group and to the sort of psychotic culture that they exist in. Try to mitigate what you fucking can, and fucking don't be a bitch because you're fucking scared of if you speak up, someone's gonna fucking do this and that, okay?
genes in the world, and more traps for me. Attached to Reiko's message was an image of someone responding to him on 4chan saying, "Thanks Anon, I'll think about it more seriously," presumably referring to the prospect of transitioning. Either this screenshot was a fabrication, or there was indeed someone trying to push cross-dressing on R9K to satisfy their fetish. As more screenshots of Reiko leaked, the internet would soon find out that it was the latter. Another image was posted of Reiko listing all of the threads he started on R9K. Why haven't you transitioned yet, Anon? You won't have to be lonely anymore. What's stopping you from becoming the girlfriend? When will you take the trap pill, Anon? I decided to become a trap a few years ago, and now I stopped being a hikikomori and am enjoying life to the fullest. These are all of our current threads. Again, he was discussing this with Haruka, who said, "They are onto us." And that's...
This is definitely an example of a slippery slope. Trap isn't actually fucking... It's just cross-dressing, basically, okay. Traps aren't gay. Okay, that whole meme is quite funny, but the unintended consequences of that, I have to question at the end of the day. Okay, like Finster. Finster's a great example of someone who got positive reinforcement by dressing like a woman. Aren't they transitioning now? Now there's an argument to say that that maybe they would have transitioned and that was sort of how to test out the waters, or maybe because of the audience wanted to see Finster more as a female, they sort of pushed her in that direction. Again, bringing up both sides of that particular thing, make your opinions on your own. But if you don't know both arguments, or if you demonize one side of the argument over the other and just be like, you're not gonna fucking get anywhere.
Same screenshot, Reiko says, "Lol," laughing at the following angry response to his shilling. 3 of these threads are up right now, asking the same thing in the catalog. You are a predator, and I hope no joy ever comes to your life. You mother...
face.
You can psyop your that pole or soch, but to push your sick fish on these lonely, depressed robots, personally disgusting.
Base motherfucker, okay? This is what people need to do. They need to stand up to these dipshits, okay? Have some balls.
To me. The third screenshot takes place in a channel called #TrapShill, suggesting that they dedicated a whole server to these activities. Reiko discusses how their operation is going with another user named Sorion. Sorion, really, it's unbelievable how they think it's just us. It's so dumb how they haven't figured out that there are loads of people I've got just to shill. So, Ray, how do you want to switch up the trap threads to avoid being filtered? Reiko, yes, we should do that. It's not very difficult to get past filters, to be honest. Just put random spaces, misspell things, etc, etc. Sorion, true. Really, R9K is so dumb, they'd probably suspect us of making it so our trap threads don't get filtered. Lol. Though I'm still wondering about the loyalty of the people I've hired. Reiko, I mean, you're paying them to do such an easy thing. I don't see why anyone would go against us and f that up. Free money, pretty much. Sorion, wow, that's true.
Yeah, fucking, you chills. No wonder they brought up the shill point, okay? Fucking no value, motherfuckers. Why the fuck does people put money in it? PSYOP bullshit, okay? Fucking just, why dance around? Why fucking lie? Just be a motherfucking man about it. That's where Kumo fucking failed, okay? Failed badly. He did too much fucking gay op bullshit. If you just straight-laced and go for the gut, you have nothing to fear because there's nothing to fucking expose you for. Shit. But you know, people get into these things. And
Lots
Kumo,
of people want to work for both sides to gain the benefits of the two. They want to gain my show money while gathering info. Some screenshots dated a few months earlier show the beginnings of this operation and the philosophy behind it all, if you can call it that. Reiko, want to join my harem Discord? You can help convince the femboys and traps there to take HRT. Screen cap everything the non-believers say. We'll have the last laugh. Haruka.
Oh, and also, before I forget, I'm probably not even going to watch this whole thing. Just doing it as a palate cleanser. Lyle said something about going over one of my fucking streams. I hope he fucking goes over this. I hope he fucking bursts a blood vessel. That wasn't my aim, but it would be hilarious to fucking find out about that. Because I don't give a damn about his opinion. He is a fucking adult in this fucking insane space, and he's a bitch who would rather fucking argue with retards than fucking do anything in this community. And from what I see, he's always been that way. Okay, I'm not a community person. I don't benefit from the community bullshit. Okay, there are benefits and fucking other things. I don't even fucking want to be a YouTuber. I know what it takes, and I'm way too inconsistent with my content all over the place. I'm not going to blame ADHD, but I don't actually need to make money off of YouTube. It makes me wonder why all these people who say they have this job and they don't need this have to fucking do a couple of live streams and not even fucking do their fucking due diligence with the research. Because I keep track of this shit, and it's just insane. Anyone takes a lot of these lamos seriously.
Yes, this operation will be kicked into overdrive once I get enough money to pay shills to...
Oh, and I'm also really curious if Harley will get back into drama. Harley TBS, by the way. His smartest chance is to pivot like all the other of his friends and just do things not related to fucking drama. Because it's a fucking mess.
Tell people to transition. Then we will create a world where everyone gets laid. A paradise. Reiko. Tears of joy. Haruka. The world is poised to turn all beta males into those who will die as virgins or become redacteds and get laid. We will accelerate this future by converting all robots on R9K into male to female girls. Our job is to accelerate human evolution. In the future, 60% of all born men will be converted into T-girls with HRT and surgery if they don't have enough masculine features, or if their genes predispose them towards a life of rejection by women if they grow up as men. They are not men. They are girls. Parentheses, male. Haruka.
I agree. What is manhood? What is a man? What is a woman? What is black? What is white? Fucking hell. Yeah. Fucking hell. I like more natural shit. Okay.
Haruka is talking about the prospect of the far-right users on the board/poll becoming fashy femboys.
And again, fucking the political element of this shit really weirds me out. The rightoids, fucking Nick Fuentes and the gropers. How can you be edgy without any fucking edge? It's just a way to fucking denigrate the fucking standards, okay? Yeah, I know. Moral frogs, all the bitches who go too far with their fucking virtue signaling or their tribal signaling, like with the Kurt shit, okay, is really fucking lame. But not having any standards at all because the moralists take it too far. It's just fucking, how can you be edgy if there's no fucking rules? Balance. I'm always gonna probably fucking go with the balance and go with the edge.
I don't know.
Because the edge, the questionable part, is where people are afraid to go in reality. They're willing to just, yeah.
What's more cataclysmic, this or the time when /MLP and /poll fused into ML poll and became a hateful brony board? In any case, there was some question of how long all of this had been going on. If you were to look up the Discord username Reiko3333 on Discord, you would find that he'd been shilling, presumably the same Discord server, on R9K for quite some time. Most recently, in March 2018, he posted, "Recruiting traps, redacteds, and females for my harem Discord. Add me up." But it went all the way back to November 2017 when he made a thread saying, "Hey, any traps want to join my harem Discord to fluff up the numbers so I don't look pathetic?" Apparently, this really was an operation to turn the robots gay, orchestrated by a clearly demented man with too much time on his hands. But what were his motives? Well, it's actually not hard to guess. Dated September 2017, we have the following work of literary horror and hilarity from Reiko himself, though there's some question of this being a copy pasta. "My ultimate fantasy is kidnapping a cute boy and locking him up in my basement. I will let him consume nothing but soylent, estrogen, and milk mixed with my... Every day when I catch him about to sleep in bed, I will enter his room, manhandle him into a chair, restrain him, and..."
TMI. Good place to fucking skip this fucking...
A villain-esque explanation of all came from a user on the server named Malfian. This same guy seemed to believe he was a wizard, which honestly is on brand with the message that follows. Those who find me often ask, will the spam stop? And what will it take for this to end? And I have an answer. The spam will never stop as long as normies infest my board. I've been here 10 years, and I intend to be here 10 years longer. The changes I see are ones of calcification and drifting towards the normalcy of Google, YouTube, etc., where everything is sanitized and frozen in time. I do not care one way or the other about the current zeitgeist of transgenderism, just like I did not care back in 2014 about cuckoldry or Gamergate. What will be made clear, however, is that if you decide to visit this ancestral land of filth and decay, that you will not leave unchanged. You shall become something that you once hated, and forevermore.
Gamergate saved probably some of these losers from this sort of life. Or a different sort of loser life. Gooder or better, I guess.
Actually do go outside and see the world for what it is, know that there are nowhere near as many traps as are presented, but chances are if they go out that frequently, they do not have the time or alignment to argue against it with their likely liberal views and busy schedules. If the mods act against us, there are countless countermeasures against them. If the users act against us, they shall not emerge unchanged and unbroken in spirit. If the newest and best abominations change, then we'll just change gear like when we stopped the cuck spam to start the redacted spam. No singular act can stop us. No group of people with the knowledge of our deeds and plans could ever hope to stop it any more than a storm spotter can stop a hurricane. We have been denied our home for too long now, and this present pain we all feel will be from places upon...
What the fuck is with this fucking manifesto? Is this guy delusional or just fucking elaborate prank? I mean, clearly he made some efforts and there was something to come out of this shit. Fucking femboys around. Probably is an example of that. Okay. This was supposed to be a palate cleanser. Okay. Way to end the stream on a good way. I have a bad taste in my mouth all around. Fuck it. I don't know if I'm gonna stay online, but this stream is fucking donezo. Because this was a failure. At least this palate cleanser isn't really I thought it was gonna be more funny, but it's just more of the I want to become a doomer. Okay. Realize the real world is not like this. It's not like these fucking little dipshit Discord. There are people like Lio doesn't exist in the real world, and there's hope for these fucking most of these drama baiters who are fucking doing this shit now. Harassment's bad. The young have a chance, give them the most benefit. Someone with like Lio, old dog, I doubt he's gonna learn new tricks, okay? Don't harass him still, okay? Because the dude will play victim. The whole sort of thread that I set up, I brought up the fact that he'll create false associations, yet he'll sort of let people be led to believe that he won't have it he had nothing to do with it. It's not that he denies it in the case. Other people go to him and he gives his answers. Quite interesting tactically, and I think I'm going to close on that. If someone ends up covering it, good luck. Have fun. If you want to debate on a certain subject, fucking DM bitches. Don't be, want to debate. It's just shit's lame, okay? You're coming off as desperate. I'm not a terminally online losers no matter how you fucking want to spin it. And yeah, stop and stream. I also can't be bought off, or yeah, I probably could be